없어는 그냥 freestyle yeah 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 정답은 없어 단맛부터 crash까지 그 한 잔에 나 녹아내림 쉐이크하고 삼켜 내 맘은 teaser 나는 부드러워 달콤해 기분들을 바뀌는 내 timeline Are you in my mind 숨기려 해봐도 that's feel 에요 한줄 돌려봄 달콤한 내 말투에 녹아봄 흔들어줘 내 맘을 맞춰 like so sweet I'm dripping 빙글빙글 돌아 don't stop Drop it drop it drop it 너를 마시 위험해 달아도 중독돼 Yeah man like sugar rush 정신 못 차리게 입에 닿자마자 flow switch 너는 badly English 한번쯤에 내 세계 fade 내 온몸에 번져 나는 pain 너의 말 한마디에 분위기는 chill yeah yeah 네 말투는 sugar 입에 감겨 feel yeah yeah Shake it push it feel it crush it 감정을 위저 어서 목숨에 표정 한 줄로 나를 깨 나는 부드러워 달콤해 기분들을 바뀌는 내 timeline Are you in my mind 숨기려 해봐도 that's feel 빙글빙글 머리 돌아 잘안 비워도 안 끝나 매일 달라지는 flavor 한 입으로 빠져 deeper 너를 마시 너무 crazy 산 위로 드랍해 감정들 에요 한들 돌려봄 달콤한 내 말투에 녹아봄 흔들어줘 내 맘을 맞춰 like so sweet I'm dripping 빙글빙글 돌아도 In my mouth is a desert, running dry on the tip of my tongue. I can taste your light, the love you throw around. I could never hold you down. One of us will have to take a bow. Feeling you so close to make me drive around. Everlasting love, so much to go around. You got me so high I can't come down.
All right, so hopefully we managed to fix the audio. Good morning, Vooka Nation. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Manele Mngli, and I'm happy to be in your presence. Today is going to be a very exciting day. There's quite a lot of things that are happening, where tomorrow we'll be at the Levels Soweto Backpackers, so that should be exciting. And we're doing quite a amazing initiative, because right there we will be doing food rescue, where most people would, take food and throw it away, but we will show you how to rescue the food and create something amazing. So hopefully tomorrow we'll show you the entire tour. If not, we can then post it on Monday when you see the entire thing come to life. So as a routine on the show, we do give you a picture of the day, and as you can see, the images that are cycling just behind me here. So the picture of the day for today is we are taking a detour to the heart of the Northern Cape, and this is where history basically runs deep. And literally, I'm talking about the Kimberley Hole. So a trip to Kimberley wouldn't be complete without standing at the edge of its most iconic landmark. And most of you would know that the big hole in Kimberley, that's where most of the diamonds come from. So even around the world, when they look at the diamonds and, your ring, marriage, and all of that stuff, most of the diamonds come from the Kimberley Hole. So the big hole right at the center of the city lies this jaw-dropping 250-meter deep crater, a monument of the diamond rush in the 1870s. So back then, thousands of hopeful prospectors arrived with dreams of striking it rich, and together they carved out the largest hand-dug excavation on this planet. So, yep, that's the Kimberley Hole. So, and their efforts basically were not in vain. So the big hole produced a staggering 2,722 kilograms of diamonds. Today, it's more than just a hole. It's a window into South Africa's glittering past. So if you're in Kimberley, make sure that you do pass by the big hole. And I was in Kimberley, I think it was last year, but I couldn't make it to the big hole. But next time when I do travel out to the Northern Cape, definitely this is one tourist attraction that I would definitely like to see in person. But with that being said, stay tuned for an epic episode, and please don't go anywhere, and enjoy the music. And when we come back, we're going to do news. After the news, we dive into today's segments. Thank you.
In my mouth is a desert, running dry on the tip of my tongue. I can taste your lies, how to measure the love you throw around. I could never hold you down. One of us will have to take a bow. Feeling you so close to make me drive around. Everlasting love, so much to go around. You got me so high I can't come down. I hope you know that I will never let you go. If all I do is dim your glow and fly on, baby, please just go. Your soul is the ocean, and I can't touch the floor. So full of emotion, I can't keep any more. Are we at a time where we'd be swallowed whole? Don't give up on us now. One of us will have to take a bow. Feeling you so close to make me drive around. Everlasting love, so much to go around. You got me so high I can't come down.
All right.
Hope you know
Vooka Nation, hopefully you are enjoying the music. This is one of my favorite jams, and it just sets the mood, creates the right tone, the right atmosphere. Right, so today we do have a jam-packed episode, and one of our guests that will be joining us today is a sports lover. So he's going to be right here in studio. So I just want to pull up his profile here quickly, and then we dive into it. So today we're going to be having Tepo Manko, right? So hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, but he'll come back in studio and he'll tell us how to pronounce that properly. But anyway, he's a chairman and the head coach of Topical Sports Academy. And there's quite a rise of these academies right here because we want to build the next players that will be able to participate and compete in the FIFA World Cup. But not just that, but produce more players that can play abroad. Anyway, so today we're going to be having Tepo, and he's a visionary leader and a dedicated mentor, serving as a chairman and head coach of Topical Sports Academy. So he was born February 25th, 1992, so he's quite a young fellow. Tepo has spent over a decade cultivating a safe, empowering environment where young athletes can thrive both on as well as off the field, and that's very important because when it comes to the lifespan or the career lifespan of an athlete, we do know that it's quite limited to a certain extent. So it's good to know that even after they have gone through the whole sporting career, that they still have a career, even if it's off the field, right? So we're going to be having Tepo right here in studio. And, sorry? Tepo. Right. It's high.
Listen the S. You always miss the S. It's Tepo.
Right, so if the S wasn't there, how would it sound?
The way you just said it, Tepo. So by that, yeah, but then there's an S, so it's Tepo, not Tepo.
All right. So Afroberry is going to be doing news for us when we come back. And we're going to dive into a very epic episode. And it's Thursday, man. All things spiritual. We do talk about it right here on the show. So, looking forward to that. Afroberry, how's it going this morning?
No, I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing okay. My shoulder's getting a bit better, so I'm happy about that one. There's still a bit of pain in there, but it's more bearable right now compared to what it was before.
Yeah.
So I'm doing okay, hey? What about you, though?
That's good. I mean, for me personally, I'm just going to, be doing some lifestyle changes. And not just lifestyle for me as an individual, but even when it comes to business, career, and all of that. So, that's that. So let's just make sure people can see you there. There we go. So lifestyle, career, and there's things that I'm just choosing not to accept in my life anymore because these things can hold an individual back. So in my case, like it's not working out, man. Similar to a relationship, right? So if certain things are not working out, just let them go, man, because we too attached to something and we fear that if we were to just walk away, then our lives would be over. But then on the contrary, I believe what would happen is that your life would certainly improve. So that's me. I feel good health-wise. I'm just on point, man. Like, drink water, exercise, and I can see the benefits because, yesterday we were at the career day at Margaret Gwele, and I was standing for hours and I'm just thinking, wow, a few months back I couldn't do this, right? And probably today I would have woken up with a sore back, but none of that happened. So I'm excited about that.
No, man, that's amazing. That's some pretty good news. Did you even tell the Vooka Nation that we got an appreciation certificate, a participation actually, which is pretty amazing. Even when I got it, I was like pretty shocked with how certificate. And then here we are receiving a participation certificate. It felt pretty good, man. It felt like, for me, it was like at least we see that the work that we do here at the Vooka Breakfast Show is actually appreciated by the people around us. To a point that even the deputy principals are like, yeah, you guys must come back again. Eh? When you have something, you must come again.
Well, I'll tell you this, that more often than not, when it comes to appreciation, just like Jesus, right? He's born in Bethlehem, but then he was actually appreciated outside his hometown, right? So this is where the differences come in, where, it's people outside that appreciate. I'm just hoping that Dobsonvillers or even people inside here, we see and appreciate the work that we do, because it does span across borders and all of that. So that was good. You got to speak and motivate the kids, and yeah, man, we saw other professionals out there, people that have spent close to 7 years studying towards a goal. So it goes to show that, I mean, if you want something badly enough, then you will make the effort and you will stay the course. Because one of the ladies that, just forgetting her name, I think Umbali, where, I mean, she's a pharmacist, right?
Oh yes, the pharmacist, yes.
Yeah, so in her third year, she wanted to drop out and quit, right? So it just goes to show, look, it's tough everywhere. It's really tough everywhere, but tough times don't last, but
only tough
people do, right? So yeah, that was yesterday, and we'll show some footage that we captured yesterday. Yeah, but with the recognition certificate, I mean, for me, it means a lot. It really means a lot. And we were just making jokes with the guys that, look, it took us 7 months for us to get recognized through a certificate. Yes, we do have the Vooka Nation 100%. There's various types of recognitions that they give us, like your, you know, when you subscribe to the channel, but also when you send those super chats. And I've seen that super chats, they somehow vary according to payday. So Magu payday, I know, okay, around that week or couple of days, that's when the super chats will come through. But we appreciate all the love. But yesterday was different. I mean, there's the certificate. I don't know where it is, but
it's over there, actually.
It's over there, right? So yeah,
we'll quickly fetch it and see.
Yeah. So that's just one of the local schools, and we just got invited. Hey guys, come talk to the kids, right? Just put it this way so that you know, we don't obstruct the camera. But they just said, hey guys, come talk to the kids, right? So yeah, Faberi, just hold it up and show the Vooka Nation right there, and that's our name. I mean, they printed our name.
Envelope.
It really
Vooka
means a lot.
Show.
There we go.
This one is definitely going on the wall, hey? It's definitely going on the wall, because even for me, I think, and I even told the ladies, like, because we came out here to actually basically just do the shoot and cover the career day. And then next thing we know, they're like, yeah, yes, so we also have people from media here. You're also going to be talking. And then, yeah, when you see, Banale did a smart move. He made me wear the t-shirt yesterday. And then as I was there, they pulled me up on stage. I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to say. But I had a script. But in all honesty, I couldn't follow that script because I had to speak from the heart, because you're motivating the younger generation. People who are still yet to come and actually have their own careers. And sticking to the script, I stuck to the script for like the first paragraph, and then after that, I just ended up speaking to basically what's in my heart, because we had different people from the career field. There was one kid who did a poem, and I spoke to him as a poet. And I even gave him a few points that, you know what, as a poet, you need to be able to fill the words that you talk about and be able to have the perfect deliverance. Not every poem that you perform is going to need you to go up and down, and not every single poem that you perform is also going to need you to go is also going to need you to literally have movement. Sometimes you just need to stand still in order for the people to hear what you're saying, depending on the piece that you're delivering. And then there were some kids who also sang, and I also let them know that, you know what, being shy is part of it, but you need to have a way that you swallow your shyness or whatever you're feeling at that moment, so that you're able to actually literally carry out everything that's needed. But it felt amazing. It felt fantastic. The kids even sang. They sang a song by The Soil. So it was pretty amazing, man. I loved it. And one part that I love the most is that they had each and every single child represent each and every single different career field.
Yeah, I saw that. That was great.
That was amazing. And basically they spoke on the different career fields that are there. You had a nurse represent the nurse, and then you had a doctor representing the doctors. We had a lawyer representing the lawyers, and then we also had an architect basically representing the architectural, construction and engineering world. And it was pretty amazing. Hey, it felt good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Something I really enjoyed. I mean, but doing it for the kids, right? Doing it for the kids. I mean, I remember when I was in grade 7, like I distinctly remember it because I was a senior, so I was excited about that year. So yeah, anything to motivate the kids, and yeah, it's a very awesome privileged position for one to be in, to be able to motivate and pass on information to the kids. So we're gonna dive into the news right now because there's just quite a lot to cover. So guys, sorry, because I know you were enjoying the music. Let me just turn this down. So I'm gonna dive straight into the news headlines, and the first one I want to talk to you about here. I just want to make sure that the graphics are overlaid here quickly. Once that is done, we can then proceed, and just want to see if, there we go. I think that looks good, right? So yeah, first headline is the SANDF soldiers, Zimbabweans arrested for cigarette smuggling in Limpopo. So 7 suspects, including 5 SANDF members and 2 undocumented Zimbabweans, were arrested near the Limpopo River for allegedly conspiring to steal illicit cigarettes. The joint SAPS and military operation uncovered 24 abandoned boxes, with 6 later found in a temporary military camp. Charges include corruption, possession of illicit goods, and firearm misuse. Police praised swift action and emphasized zero tolerance for corruption within national security ranks. Earlier this year, a separate bust at the Bait Bridge led to seizure of over 14 million worth of Remington Gold cigarettes hidden in a tanker truck. That's the first headline right there. And moving on to the second one, Mkhwanazi corruption interference crippling South African police force. KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi testified at the Madlanga Commission alleging political interference and corruption within SAPS. He claimed the political killings task team was unlawfully disbanded and accused senior officials of shielding criminal networks. Mkhwanazi warned that the justice system faces collapse due to sustained sabotage and urged urgent reforms. His July briefing, compiled with SAPS colleagues, aimed to expose systemic rot and rally support for change. That's the second headline. And then moving on to the third and last news headline. I realized I was just reading the first headline and I went through the first one without even changing
That's the
graphics.
second
But,
one.
I'm going to move on to the third one here, that Vusimuzi Kat Matlala denied bail over murder plot. Businessman Vusimuzi Kat Matlala was denied bail at the Alexandra Magistrate Court. He faces charges of attempted murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and money laundering, allegedly for ordering a hit on his former partner in 2023. Magistrate Satya Prinsloo cited concerns over Matlala's flight risk, noting his possession of an Eswatini passport under a different name. The court found he failed to prove he wouldn't evade trial or pose a danger to the community and did not present exceptional circumstances to justify bail. Right, so that's it for your news headlines, and we're going to dive into the sports headline. But before I throw you in, Afriberry, we're just going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we will dive into the sports headlines with Afriberry. Enjoy the music.
Now coming back with your sports headline. On our first sports headline, Lamine Yamal set to miss Barcelona's Champions League opener against Newcastle. Barcelona's Lamine Yamal is sidelined with a recurring groin injury sustained during international duty, casting doubt on his availability until late September. He missed the 6-0 over Valencia and is unlikely to face Real Veredo. Despite a strong start to season, his absence is a blow for Barca, but a boost for Newcastle ahead of the Champions League clash. Now, on a second sport headline, Novak Djokovic's retirement plan swings into action with Greece move. Novak Djokovic received a warm welcome at the Davis Cup while watching Stefanos Tsitsipas having opted out of playing for Siberia following his US Open semi-final loss. Djokovic is prioritizing family time and has reportedly relocated to Greece, enrolling his children in school near Athens. Speculation about the future political involvement, though he denies any current ambitions. Now, also on your third sports headline, Man United announces record revenue despite poor form. Despite finishing 15th in the Premier League, Manchester United posted a record revenues in 2025 with 333.3 million euros in commercial income and 160.3 meter in match day earnings, boosted their new Snapdragon sponsorship. The club reduced overall losses to 33 million and remains complaint with financial regulations. Deloitte ranked United 4th globally in football revenue behind Real Madrid, Man City, and PSG, man. So it's going on out there in the world of sports, because I remember that Man United always had some financial problems and they were like in the red. So basically they were looking at how do you guys sustain yourself but you don't have money and you still have money to play players. So it was pretty tricky. So right now I'm pretty happy that they managed to sustain themselves even if they're in the 15th rank. So you guys must just like literally pull up your socks and get higher. But otherwise financially I'm glad that you guys have already and finally finished your financial woes.
Yeah, man. So looking absolutely forward to that. So before we just go on a break, I'm just going to give you your traffic news, right? There's not quite a lot that's happening on the road, so that's good. Right, Afri? Mm-hmm. Yep. But anyway, heads up if you are heading out this morning. Roadworks are causing a bit of a slowdown on the N3 on the northbound side on Marlborough Drive. The left lane is closed, so take it easy and stay alert. And if you're traveling southbound before Modderfontein Road, expect delays. 3 left lanes are closed and traffic is crawling. Pack a little bit of patience and plan for extra time on your commute. Okay, so that's your traffic for this morning. And the time right now is 7:30 on the dot. And when we come back, we're going to give you that energetic start to your day filled with motivation and a little bit of that spiritual alignment that we all need on this Thursday. And we'll see you right after this break right here.
How? Chomi, you still cooking with cha, salt and prayers. Yo. But don't stress, ungawari, because your time to shine in the kitchen is here. Amapele Spices for Africa and the Vooka Breakfast Show have said, let's bless you with some spices that will slap harder than Umama's 7 colors. Vooka Flavor Fridays is here. We're serving flavor, vibes, and vibes with flavor. Flavor Fridays is the only plug you need to turn your kitchen into a 5-star chill spot. For 8 weeks, you stand a chance to win spice hampers that take your meals from meh to just by subscribing and tuning into your daily dose of positivity for an energetic start to the day. So Hypo, what are you waiting for? Don't miss out. Flavor is calling. Waza.
Musi be missed.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
Catch us every weekday morning, Monday to Friday between 7 and 10.
Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Always bringing you the best content possible.
Vooka Nati, wake up with us and kickstart your day on a great note.
This is your energetic start to the day.
You know what? Now, before we even go too far, let's talk about the first news headline. SANDF soldiers, Zimbabweans arrested for cigarette smuggling in Limpopo. I repeat, South Africa ki feeling. Like, these people are actually supposed to be out there first, making sure that our borders are guarded. We do not have anybody coming into the country illegally. But guess what? They are running a whole smuggling ring with people from outside. Like, how does that happen, man? It says a lot about South Africa, and it also says a lot about basically the protection that we have in South Africa. And I remember that, if I'm correct, sometime last week, I did mention the fact that there is a case that's currently happening, the Besta one, Leyaga Tabo Besta, and basically them being able to sneak out of South Africa, end up in Tanzania and buying whatever they bought, is actually going to highlight our security system and its flaws. And this is officially happening, man. It's officially happening. Like, this whole case is literally going to shine light on how South Africans run the country and how the country is actually ran by South Africans. How can we have soldiers busy smuggling in cigarettes with illegal migrants in South Africa? Man, like, this country is a total film. Like, I really do not understand. I cannot get it. What is happening? Wagwan, somebody better tell me what on earth is happening. Like, there's a lot going on here in South Africa, man. And you know what? This was a joint effort by SAPS and military operation that actually uncovered 24 abandoned boxes, with 6 later found in a temporary military camp. They were not only found abandoned, they were also found in their camp. Imagine, in the camp. Like, literally, this, like, how long has this been going on? And if cigarettes are the only thing that they found to be smuggled at this moment, it also goes to ask you, like, to show you what other thing has been smuggled in South Africa that we're not aware of, that the people on the borders are basically getting paid for, to actually not even let people know that, you know what, I'm bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So many, it shows that so many things go unreported in South Africa, and we have not seen this. It is so weird, man. Like, South Africa ki film, I really don't understand how can we have this. And then when you go back to our headline, it also says that police praise swift action and emphasize zero tolerance for corruption within national security ranks. Earlier this year, a separate bust at Beata Bridge led to the seize of over 14 million worth of Remington Gold cigarettes hidden in a tanker truck. Le RG. I can't remember it's RG. Musi, why you looking at me like that? Ke RG, Remington Gold. If you smoke the original, get Remington Gold. If you go for the flavored one, get RG. That one is not even written. It's like, imagine inside the camp, inside the tankers, there's a lot going on in South Africa. There is clearly a lot that's been happening in South Africa, man. It's time that our national security actually stands up and fights against crime, man. And then, like, this is not the only thing, man. There's a lot that has been going on. There's so many human trafficking cases we've had. There's so many smuggling deals that have been happening. I remember that this year, earlier on, we did speak about a situation where there was actually a man from Zimbabwe was actually arrested for trafficking people inside a truck. Now ask yourself, how long has this person been doing it? And that also goes to show that this person has been doing it for the longest time, has been getting away with it scot-free without actually suffering any consequences. And then ask yourself, that means that the team that caught him is a team right. Get team right esankin jojo. And then the team because there's no way that this person is starting out for the first time. There is no way. Because you also see, like human trafficking is like one of the biggest ways that people also make money. Besides selling illicit drugs and illicit goods. It's also one of the biggest ways that people unfortunately make money. They make money through selling other people. And it's a very sad thing. And this person has been paid he's paid 2,000 for trafficking all of those people from a different country and bringing them in. A whole 2,000 for that trafficking. So ask yourself, besides driving a truck and taking it to wherever it's actually supposed to go, you get paid that money for driver truck. Along the way, when I said, like, what is humanity coming to? What is humanity coming to? It's not only about the South African National Security Service, it's also about humanity within its own. What is humanity coming to? The world is just literally falling apart. And when you look at all these other countries where they're having national shutdowns, it's not only France, it's a lot of countries that are having national shutdowns because there's a lot going on in the world, man. This year is like literally a year of revelations, and we are just seeing a lot that's been going on. And then also our second news headlines, Mkhwanazi, corruption, interference, crippling South African police service. Now, I like the fact that when he went to court to basically talk about this whole thing, and as a witness, he brought his own bottle of water.
That's funny.
Like, he literally bought his own bottle of water. Mom basing that on the cubicle that they put him in. There's like 3 bottled waters. He bought his own.
Can you blame him, though?
I can't.
Can you blame him? Because, I can't. As someone who's exposing things that are happening in our country, there is also that fear of, could I possibly be poisoned? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's crazy, man. Like you're saying, we've come to a place of mistrust as individuals in society. And
it's so bad.
It's sad, more than bad for me. For me, I think it's sad more than anything else. That's where we are as a people. On Saturday at the Vooka, talk and run. Hike. I was telling the gents there, we've become so desensitized as individuals in life, in our societies, in our communities, in our environments. We have become so immoralized. We know innately, deep within, why is it wrong? Do you get what I'm trying to say? As much as we want to become, and say what you will about Charlie Kirk, he had his shortcomings, and some say he was a bigot and stuff like that. But he did say one of the things that he was very adamant about was, guys, there is such a thing as objective truth. Objective truth, and it might be an irrelevant example and analogy, but one of the things he says that no matter how far you go or no matter how many procedures you have, there is no way a man can become a woman. There's no way a woman can become a man. That's objective truth, objectively, so there are things that are objective truths out there, and debate, if you take this and you turn it around and maybe you look at it from this angle, it's wrong. So the fact that someone who's really exposing the political landscape of South Africa for what it is now, to an extent, I could argue, or it can be debated, what's up? Sealed. What if another something?
And I cannot blame you because sometimes you can't even see just injection in yan. When no bona equates, injection offered it and done. So for him, I understand because he's a man on a mission.
Yes.
And his mission is to expose the truth, the hidden, rotten truth to its core. And taking all the safety precautions that he's taking, it's pretty understandable, especially in the country that we live in.
Yeah.
We've had so many whistleblowers become silenced.
Yes.
We have had so many whistleblowers become silenced. So many of them. Ba bang ba tlhokafala before ya court. Today ke court date ka. Motho tla fela ba ra ke lo satile. No, this person, I remember that this other Indian lady, she was supposed to go to court and actually testify. And she got killed in her house.
Really?
Imagine. And she was going to expose literally things that have to do with the government.
You know what I always say? Because I watch a lot of movies, right? I watch a lot of movies. Seriously, yes, I watch quite a bit, but not as much as I watch movies. And the thing that I always say, and this is something we spoke about with Ubanela months ago. I think we were talking about Marvel, Ant-Man,
when you went into another universe,
the microscopic universe.
Yes, I remember that one.
But we're talking about DC and Marvel and things of that nature. The other thing that we spoke about was the Matrix. I think you were there as well. The Matrix is connected to I'll Be Back. What's that movie?
Terminator.
The Terminator.
Yes, because even the author did say
yes,
that the Matrix and Terminator are intertwined and connected in a certain way.
Absolutely. That Neo is the one coming and whatever. But we were talking of things of that sort. And one thing that I mentioned to them, Mr. D, Mo, and Banele as well, was that guys, it's not things that come from wherever. Yes, it's creativity, and of course,
and as
it's
much as it is fiction.
Yes, it's fiction, it's fantasy, it's action, it's love, it's drama, all of those things. But more than most, if not all of the things that we watch and consume on TV are stemmed from some form, shape, or manner of truth. One understand, there isn't such a thing, fella. I just came up with this. It comes from somewhere. There's truth to it. You can say whatever. You might not believe there is a metaverse or there is a spider-verse or parallel universes or whatever else, or there's life in space and things of that nature and stuff like that, right? But and one of the things that we've seen on our television screens is the fact that people do get poisoned. People do get poisoned, especially in the political landscape of things, in business as well. People would betray each other like no one's business now, but now. And you're wondering the headline that we're talking about that Afribear mentioned a second ago. It says KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Unhlanhla Mkhwanazi testified at the Madlanga Commission alleging political interference and corruption within the South African Police Service. He claimed that Police Killings Task Team was unlawfully disbanded and accused senior officers of shielding criminal networks. Mkhwanazi warned that the justice system faces collapse due to sustained sabotage and urged urgent reforms. His July briefing complied with the South African Police Service's colleagues aimed to expose systematic rot and rally support for change. Completely, I agree with this completely. Especially the last line that says aimed to expose systematic rot and rally support for change. Say what you will, our country is in dire need for change.
It is, eh?
Dire need for change. Like we need. Yesterday, I heard you were talking about drastic change. I personally don't think that drastic change is what we need, but I think maybe what I'm arguing against is drastic change in what way. For me, I always say how. The what I see, it makes sense. Yes, the what is change, but it's the how. How are we going to bring about the drastic change? I think gone are the days of where we can't be but who resort to physical fighting. Why does it need to get to a point where people try to strike but bullet? Why can't we sit down as individuals, as learned individuals, as reasoning great reasoning capacity individuals in society come to the table and say, wait, because of 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5. You say the same. Okay, Musa, I hear you. I'm standing on my point because of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we come to a point where we might not necessarily, I always say this, we might not necessarily be reading the same page, but let's at least read the same book. We understand. So I don't know, man. What do you think?
That's very true, man. Because you see, the radical change that I was talking about, we've been striking forever.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, we've had so many rallies, we've had so many strikes, and I do not think that with the amount of lawyers like Talumpofu, Leslie Blake that we had yesterday, there is no way that we can find a loophole within the system that actually allows us to be heard, or maybe allows us to literally, as a nation, impeach the people at the top. There definitely must be a loophole for us to actually do that, because we've spoken enough on social media, man. We have cried enough on radio stations. We've even had your media personalities like Abo Faith in Kids literally talking about the corruption that is happening in our country. Imagine if somebody at the top like that, who's known everywhere, especially in the world of ENCA for doing news, is also complaining about the amount of rot we have in our country.
Yeah.
Like, we have so much rot, it's stinking up the whole country. And when you look at the whole political killings, these political killings have been happening for forever, especially in KZN. Like in South Africa, correct me if I'm wrong, but in South Africa, I think KZN has one of the most and the biggest list of political killings. It's not easy to even become a councillor in KZN. It's not easy. You literally need to know that if you're going to go out and become a councillor, you literally need to have a bodyguard or insezwa that are literally going to protect you, because it's not easy. So insezwa vele ziyadingakala vele KZN phela ungahlekisi.
It's funny, man.
So like it's literally something that needs to actually happen, man. We have had so many political killings in KZN. It's time for change. And it's very funny that we had a whole unit deployed in KZN to fight political killings, yet they keep on happening. And then now you ask yourself, when exactly was this commission or this unit actually created? And since it has been created, what change has actually been there? Did they actually manage to deliver change? Have they made any change for all the political killings that are actually there? There's no change. For me, I feel like there's no change. Because it took a whole general who literally just came in right now to say, you know what, guys, I'm exposing all of you. A whole general. Somebody who was never actually within the space or even thinking about this, but took the stand and said, you know what, I took an oath to protect my country. I took an oath to serve the people. And what I'm unfortunately seeing that is happening within the department that I work in and within the colleagues I work with is not okay. It's not nice. It's not fun. So I'm going to take the stand up, and literally be the voice that the people need. And for that, I salute you for being the voice that the people need. I totally salute you. It's not something very easy.
It's not.
And for him, because he knows the features, and unfortunately because he knows what's happening right now, so it means that he knows very well that as much as I'm going to stand up for the nation and actually be the voice that the people need, it's also going to put me in a bad face. It's also going to make me a moving target. It's like, may we protect him and his family, guys, because in this situation, it's very tricky. It's very bad.
The unfortunate truth is that in life, in society, in our environments, in our communities, you are never appreciated, not until you have left this world. And it's unfortunate, and it's very sad, in my very 2 cents worth of an opinion, that it actually has to come to that point where re go appreciate o setso fitile mo lefatsheng gore yo mara na bua di nnete. Or it's says Mkhwanazi, KwaZulu-Natal Police Chief Unhlanhla Mkhwanazi has explained why he publicly made allegations of corruption and political interference in the criminal justice system back in July. He testified at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry set to look into these claims. And this is what he says, I quote, "I want to demonstrate that the criminal justice system has been subject to a continuous threat as well as a sabotage which has been with us over an extended period to a point where we believe it is at real risk of a total collapse if nothing is done." This is what Untantam Konazi says. Therefore, urgent and effective interventions are required in order to avert this outcome. And I believe this commission will stand to play a very important role in order to help us. Mkonazi is the first witness to take the stand as he called the July 6th press conference in Durban, at which he made a series of accusations and implicated the police minister and the deputy police commissioner. He says, "When I made this address, I informed the public about the level of challenges that we're experiencing as a South African police service in the relation to the work we do as the police, which involves criminality and the political interference on the work that we do as the police, which will also include corruption within the value chain of the justice system, which are part of as law enforcement, which we are part of as law enforcement." So it's sad, man. It's sad. I mean, it's what, two months later now since he made these accusations, and things are coming to light now. People are being exposed for what they truly are as they take up these roles and these positions in office, from a municipal level all the way to all these high positions, man. But Wanako, I would love to hear your thoughts on some of these headlines that we've shared with you this morning. It's very interesting, and I, as someone who have never really been interested in being involved, I think it calls to action now, Khori. All of us as individuals in society need to get involved, completely take up space, voice out your thoughts, and inform yourself. We absolutely need to be people who equip ourselves with the necessary information and knowledge. But I see a few of you have come through on our YouTube comment section, man, which is very, very exciting. Always engaging with you is such an exciting thing. The first person who came through this morning was Uluetu. Good morning, Uluetu. How are you doing? Uluetu comes through, says hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile Vooka Team. Very, very cool stuff. And then Mam Tembi comes through. Hello, Mam Tembi. How are you? Mam Tembi says, a very good morning, team. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Sivugile on a lovely Thursday morning. Wishing you a wonderful, blessed day ahead. Take care, Vooka team and Vooka Nation. Nice one. And then she comes back again and says, Mr. B and the Daka the berry morning. Hey,
morning, mommy.
Nice one, man. And then Miss Q Rams. Hello, Miss Q Rams. How are you? I met Miss Q Rams on Saturday. Finally.
You met her?
Yeah.
So now you finally put the name to the face.
Or the face to the name. Hello, Miss Q Rams. Good morning. Thank you for coming through. She says, morning, Vooka Nation. Great seeing you, Mr. B. Have a blessed day. Hey. I think because when we were here on Saturday, she didn't see Ubanele, because Ubanele was on that other side. But very, very cool stuff. And then Uluetu comes back again and says, hashtag happy blessed Thursday, Vooka team and nation. Nice one, Uluetu. And then the last one we have on our YouTube comment section is by Umam Tembi saying, good morning, Mr. Musi. Hello, Mam Tembi. How are you doing? I'm good. I'm happy to be back, man, and to be in studio with all of you on this lovely Thursday morning, the 18th, I almost said the 17th, the 18th of September. What's this again? December. Imagine. On this lovely Thursday morning, on the 18th of September 2025. Can't wait to keep engaging and interacting with you. And how we can continue doing that is by you jumping on our YouTube comment section like everyone else has already done, using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. Look, it continues because it needs not end there, right? It continues continues on our WhatsApp line by dialing the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done so that you and I and Afribear and Mr. B and the rest of the Vooka Nation and the Vooka team can continue sharing our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. I can't wait to hear from you. With that being said, the time right about now is 5 minutes before the hour 8 o'clock. So that's 5 minutes before the hour 8 o'clock on this lovely Thursday morning. And like Mr. B and Afribear said, we still have quite a jam-packed show in store for you. We're going to be talking all things soccer and the academy and what these great people are doing in and around our communities. And such a young man at such a young age, he's already taking up space, man, being involved in the space for 10 plus minus years now. Can't wait to get into the conversation, and there's more in store for you. But with that being said, let's quickly run to the loo, pay our bills, and then you and I and the rest of the team will see each other right after this cool stuff.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Swellapil Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Swellapil Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
Bringing it to you live from the heart of Soweto, Dobsonville. This is right next to Zondi Hills, just before you get to Bromfisher Kloof, man. This is the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blinko Network. You know that you're always spending some great quality time with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I'm so happy, man. I'm actually excited to be in your presence and in your company on this lovely Thursday morning, the 18th of September, 2025. I can't believe just a second ago, we were celebrating my birthday out at the Soweto Kota Festival, and it's 2 weeks later now, and we're gearing up for Heritage Day, which I'm so excited about. And part of the reason is that this coming Saturday, I'm going to be out at Pretoria for a very cool performance, man, that is in accordance with Heritage Day. Talk to me. What are your plans for this year's one? I know last year I was actually, it's so funny. Last year I was actually also performing out at some very cool venue. But talk to me. How are you going to be celebrating this year's Heritage Day? How you can do that is by you jumping onto our comment section on YouTube, because we're live streaming from the Blinko studios, right? Live on YouTube. Use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. It continues also when you and I interact and engage and share everything we want to share on our WhatsApp line using the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, like I always said, so that you and I and the rest of the team can continue sharing our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. Look, for more exclusive content and some articles, great articles that give you more insight onto some of the guests that we've had right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, you can jump onto our website using the URL www.vookadaily.co.za. That's www.vookadaily.co.za. The time right about now is a minute before the hour 8 o'clock, man, on a lovely Thursday morning. I mean, I'm not too sure about the weather, man. It's a bit chilly, there's some wind, but maybe it's because it's still morning. Perhaps after midday, the sun will be out shining and it's going to be nice and warm, because you know that I've always reiterated that I appreciate warm weather. Look, I'm not alone. I'm not hanging out alone, and I'll never be alone. I'm always with a great team right here in the studio, and one of them is right here sitting across me, the one and only Afriberry, Berry Blaze, the Taka the Berry, Angazi the what? Akit.
And don't. We had too much juice in life.
Way, la bua Afriberry. Ay, ke la tsaba shem. We had
too much juice in life, man. You know what? I actually don't know what I'm going to do on Heritage Day.
Okay.
A friend of mine has an event coming in at Inside Out, Gabo Medi, on Heritage Day. So it's basically called the Ghetto Gospel.
Ghetto Gospel. Okay, that's a cool name. And
So-
what is it about?
So it's basically about exploring the gospel that we have in Soweto, what we think is gospel for us. So it's a mixture of rap, a bit of Afro soul, and then a bit of poetry in the mix. Because Kabo Medi Vele Vele, it's actually for poets originally. But then they also put in a mixture of everything in there. So I'm not yet sure if I'm gonna go, but if all goes well financially, then yes, I definitely might go to Inside Out.
Where is Gabomedi located?
It's in Gabomedi is actually okay. So let me explain this.
Okay.
Inside Out is the place. And then Cabo Made, it's like an event that is hosted by Sizankos. So most people identify the place as Cabo Made instead of the actual name, which is Inside Out.
Oh, okay, that's
so
interesting.
it's Mfolo, not far from Ayotumo.
Okay.
It's basically like within walking distance there. And then the nice thing is that sometimes they also have like a thrifter or somebody who does a bit of jewelry also selling outside. They also sell food. You can also purchase all your drinks over there. So man, it's pretty nice. But I think the downside of it is the fact that it's pretty small.
Okay.
The place is pretty small, hey. So half the time when it's like packed, most people have to stand on their feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's more or less what promises to be the plan for Heritage. Is it like on the actual day or over the weekend?
No, it's on the actual day.
Next week Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna be next week Wednesday, the 24th. Yeah. Okay, that sounds cool, man. Maybe we'll come out there, come hang out, because I appreciate such spaces myself, man. But yeah, it's always interesting to find out what people have planned for these holidays, and I know people go all out, especially.
Yeah, it's actually on the actual day.
Yeah.
And then it's like 50 rand for the entrance, and have like 80 rand for the buffet. So it's gonna be pretty dope, man. So most of the time, this one is a listening session by by Uroko.
She was out there on Tuesday.
Yeah, so Roko is the one that's actually hosting the event that's happening on Heritage Day.
Okay.
So hence the Get a Gospel. So man, it's gonna be okay. Hey, like it's gonna be nice, man. So I'm not sure if I'm going, depending on finances. But if I do get the money, then I probably might just head up Inside Out.
Yeah. That's cool. Maybe we'll come out there as well. Spaces that they always intrigue me, man. I'm always trying to involve myself as best as I can when it comes to those kinds of spaces, man. So we'll see. Inside Out, I've never actually heard about it. So hopefully I'll be able to come hang out and see what the space has to offer. I have something quite. I've been looking forward to sharing this when it comes to. Thursday mornings, right? And it's on this thing. Movie reviews.
Yes, we haven't done that in forever.
We haven't done it in a while, right? So I've been looking forward to movie reviews for quite some time, and I think it's going to be a good one this morning. You know that when it comes to the time that we're at right now, we always try to bring you all things that have occurred and taken place in history, right? And it is no exception whatsoever. And let me see if I can pull that up for you very quickly so that we can get into that. And then we also give you the national or the international date or the day that's being celebrated. And then alongside, people who should be celebrating their birthdays, accompanied also by the inventions that have made both your and our lives quite easy in this day and age. And today in history, on the 18th of September, the first one that we have is by. Okay, Mr. B, you please check that out. There's something that just came through. The first one that you have, it says, a runaway felt fire destroys more than 90 Nissan cars and a bird sanctuary in Roslyn, Pretoria. Pitori. A runaway felt fire destroys more than 90 Nissan cars and a bird sanctuary in Roslyn, Pretoria. I almost thought because the bomb breakaway fires and stuff like that barely ever occur in our country. I mean, they do, but not so often. So it says, a runaway felt fire has destroyed 94 vehicles in a car park at Nissan Rosalind plant in Pretoria. Johan Peterse, a spokesperson for the Tswana Emergency Services, says the blaze was caused by a felt fire which went through a fence at the car park. Sheesh, man.
So now imagine that you are out there running yourself an automobile services, and then you're selling cars. Now you need to now the colleagues are male. So who do we blame for that one?
Yeah.
Because now it gets very tricky now because you've lost out. You haven't even sold those cars. They was probably still on sale waiting for people to come and buy them. Now 90, not even 9. 90 moves, see?
Not even 90, bro. It says 94.
94, not even 9. If it was 9 years sharp, 94, that's like a huge loss to the business. It's a huge loss. It's the same as like losing a whole restaurant to a fire. It's a loss. How are you going to recover for that?
I mean, I'm sure there's things like insurance and stuff like that.
Yeah, there is, but how do you claim it on insurance? Do you claim it as a natural disaster?
Yes, it is. It's a natural disaster because you didn't cause it and it affected you indirectly. So it absolutely is a natural disaster, unfortunately, and insurance has to pay it. If you claim all of the cars that you've lost, and just the business in itself, rebuilding, refurbishing, and all of those things. And then, yeah, man, that's the best that you can hope for, So that's actually, I mean, it's interesting. It's not a nice interesting, but it's interesting nonetheless. We still have felt fires in our country, man. And then the second one says, after nearly 80 years of business, the iconic plastic kitchenware brand Tupperware filed for bankruptcy. What? That's crazy.
Everywhere. I think it's also because we've had some very cheap, affordable imitations of Tupperware.
Okay.
Like your Otomo. Otomo, besides only making like your kettles and whatnot, they have like bowls. It's a plastic that are normally what you would get if you buy the Tupperware.
Okay.
And then they have them in sets, similar to Tupperware. The only difference is that between Otomo and Tupperware, Otomo is much more affordable compared to Tupperware.
Otomo? I've never heard of that.
And then when you look at the Tupperware that they make right now, which is also pretty understandable why they're making a loss and file for bankruptcies, because the Tupperware that they make right now, it's basically Mapaware.
Okay.
In terms of the thickness, it's no longer as thick as it used to be.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
They no longer sell quality, they sell quantity. So it's understandable why they actually just literally let it go, because I know we basically have like the 21st century cup, Tupperware, and LA yellow.
Okay.
Tupperware, we have that one. It's nice and thick. That cup is nice and thick and it's been there for forever. Like, it's had a burn, but it didn't burn through. This one, just a little burning, it just burns through everything. Like, it literally just dissolves. And you also look at the kaftini thing. If you have kaftini sa khale sa Tupperware sa pele, and which was kaftini sa no sa Tupperware, they don't have the same quality. So for people who still have like the original OG Tupperware that they bought about in the early 1990s, early 1980s, 70s.
Do you think people still have those Tupperwares?
I'm talking because we still have them.
Okay.
I got a whooping from Benning's Krumelas at Tupperware.
Yeah, I remember my grandmother as well. She got so worked up. When I think I lost the lunchbox or something, or something happened, man. And she was like, "Oh, we do like is kaftino lo mutuna." So I know parents get very
They
worked up.
don't, because for them, because I need to know what the Tupperware that they have, it's like original compared to the ones that you find right now. So some families still have that original one, like teen and lean. We still have that. We still have some of the cup, Hunanis Caftini, and then there's that one Caftini where I received a whipping for because I burned the lid. And then we have the ones that you have in the 21st century, which is basically like those wine glasses they have. And then I remember when we were making patties, that petty presses from Tupperware.
Yeah.
So there's basically that. So even like my grandmother even told me, Tupperware.
I can imagine.
Because she knows like there's literally family members who go when we had get-togethers. So like, ngwanaka, ha ke tlhokafala, wa bona box e le ko morago ko ntle. Ntsha dilo tse ka mogare, o fitlhe Tupperware ka mo. Wa di bona di glasses tse. I know my siblings. Ntsha dilo, o batle crate, o katele everything ka mo. Ko ra ba fitlha ba thole ntlo le scone. Ba thole di plate fela tse di leng ka mo le mo kitchening, tse di leng ka mo dining room. Mo ser botong. Ntsha ngwanaka. Go fellow features like here.
It's crazy. It's crazy. My aunt has resorted to using the ice cream tubs. So whenever ice cream is bought at home, was it hard or was it so you'd find didn't at a young like get but she says, and now I get it. It makes sense.
Because nobody will bring back the Tupperware.
Exactly, yeah.
Like even at home, like di teng di be local site.
Yeah.
And as Captain says, fela rizo gore oh ene rula strata se one. Like for example, ko Bongkhonwaka, it's not far from where I live.
I remember you mentioned.
So even if like I insa, she knows that she can go and fetch it at any time.
Yeah,
but all these other siblings that live Kobo Spring, Palm Springs, see 4-way, see Extension 11, ice cream, baba. She literally just goes, I'm like, hey, bro, go fetch that stash.
Yeah.
I get about that captain, go fetch that stash and put everything in there. And then they can just go. Even if they don't bring it back, I don't care.
It's crazy. It says the company that owns Tupperware, the iconic food storage and kitchen products business that has been around for nearly 80 years, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in Delaware on Tuesday, the 18th of September, 2024. Officials said. Says Tupperware Brands Corp said in a statement it hopes to sell the company in the process while continuing to service its current customers. Officials said a new management team has been working to modernize Tupperware into a digital-first, technology-led company. That's crazy. Yo, something like a company as big. And I don't actually think in the US they use Tupperware. Like I really didn't. I don't think, hey guys, can't you look America?
The Americans was
they use Tupperware. I mean, I know they have lunch boxes, but the actual brand, Tupperware. You know,
it's the same as for us when you buy Avon. Who would have ever thought that you'd find Avon in France? They're even wholesaler, they're even resellers by Avon in other countries. Because you think like, no, it's just a South African things who are Avon. Avon, it's not even a South African brand. Number one, the same goes for Justine. It's not even a South African brand. But because we have used it so much as South Africans, we just go into the no, maybe it's a South African thing. The same goes for sorry for saying this, but the national beer Zamalek. It's not even South African.
Zamalek. I mean,
Black
I know
label.
Zamalek. Oh.
I get the other name for it, instead of calling it a black label, just call it a Zamalek.
Okay.
It's not even a South African brand. But look at the hype that it actually has in South Africa.
No, but Black Label is not a South African brand.
It's not. Look it up.
I'll look it up.
It's not a South African brand. Black Label is South Africa.
Yeah.
But and then you look at the popularity that it has, and then you ask yourself, why can't we do the same for local brands?
It's crazy. And then the last thing that we have for you on things that have occurred and taken place throughout history is the New York Times published its first issue. It's interesting. The first issue of the New York Times, that was then called the New York Daily Times, was published on the 18th of September in 1851. That's crazy. The New York Times back in 1851. Wow.
Oh yes, I researched it. So calling Black Label originated in Canada.
Really? I think I've heard that somewhere, but I never really like looked into it. That's quite fascinating.
Originally, it's just that SAB now has the right to actually make it in South Africa, but ke biri ya ko Canada.
So does it mean if I go to Canada, I'll find myself a bottle of Black Label?
I wonder, hey, because Carling Black Label originated in Canada. The brand began with Carling Brewery in London, Ontario in the 19th century. This is how long Carling Black Label has been around, since the 19th century, evolving earlier from earlier lagers into Black Label Lager in 1927. Although immensely popular and culturally significant in South Africa, where it was introduced in 1960, its historical roots are firmly in Canada.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I love how some of you are engaging with us right now. And we actually have a voice note that came through from the one and only Miss Q Rams. Hello, Miss Q Rams. Let's hear what she has to say this morning.
Morning, Vooka Nation. Thank you very much, Musi, for the warm welcome on Saturday. You finally put the face to the name. Yeah. Thank you very much, man. You were so warm. You're so warm. You're such a warm person. And yeah, wishing you a great day, guys. Hope everything goes well and blessings upon you guys. Thank you.
Hey.
It's Miss Q. Bye.
Hey, nice one. I appreciate you. I mean, come
You're
on,
so warm.
Man. This is what Musi does, my bro.
Warmness.
This is what Musi
all the
Musi
way.
does, man. I appreciate you.
I hope she also got a warm hug.
She did. She did.
No
she
wonder
did.
the warmness
no,
is
she
warming.
Did. She did. She did. You know what the thing is, African? I'm so big on comfortability. You know, I was reiterating this to Tumsan. I don't know if he's watching, but I'm very, very big on making people who are around me, if we're in the same space, I'm huge on making people feel comfortable and making them feel like they can be themselves, because it's scarce to find spaces like that. You know, you are often judged, you are often looked down upon, you are often, you know, your morality, your character is called into question. You know, so I'm big on making people feel comfortable and feel like, you know what, I can be myself here. Give a sharp, okay, relax, you know. So I try to give that off. Whenever I'm around people, especially when I'm meeting people for the first time. So she walks up to the gate. We were hanging out, and then she's like, "Hello, Musi." I'm like, hello, Musi.
Number plate. Hello, Musi.
You know, and she's like, "No, man, this is Miss Q Rams," and my mood completely changed. I was so excited to meet her, you know, and she was with a friend as well. And, hello, friend, the guy, sharp. Unfortunately, we didn't really get an opportunity to talk and hunt proper, you know, because I think they were somewhere in the but yeah, man. So it was a great experience, man, to meet Miss Q and put the face to the name. So you are absolutely welcome, and I appreciate you as well, Miss Q Rams. And hopefully, it wasn't the last time. And then the next time it will be a thing. We actually talk for a few minutes and get to know each other for a minute or so. Hear what you're about and you hear what I'm about and whatever, and see what we can bring about from that. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So Miss Q Rams, send in your voice note, man. We want to hear you. We want to put a voice to the name. Understand, because a lot of you do come into our comment section and you hang out with us, but send a picture of yourself.
Okay, we do accept WhatsApp calls on 060-493-3226 at 060-493-3226. If you don't want to do a voice note, girl, you guys can just call us and we'll just have a nice on-air interaction with you, man.
Yeah.
It'll be fantastic.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, that happened, and it was a good way to meet her. I think, man, it was a nice, very, very, very nice way to meet her. And do you have the number of days for me, Everberry? Do you think you can pull that up for me?
Okay, so the number of days. Let me just go through it very fast. Yay. Then my phone goes blind. So number of days, today marks the 261st day. It would have been the 262nd day if it was a leap year. And we have 105 days left, and we still have 14 weeks remaining before it hits the year end, man. So it's pretty exciting, hey? So we're pretty close to saying goodbye. Hello.
25.
We're pretty close. And then when we come to our national or international days, so today is actually National HIV and AIDS and Aging Awareness Day. So September the 18th is National HIV and AIDS and Aging Awareness Day, dedicated to raising awareness about long-term HIV survivors and people people living with HIV who are ages 50 and older. Due to biomedical improvements in HIV treatment, people living with HIV can achieve and maintain viral suppression and live long and healthy lives. And then it is also World Water Monitoring Day. So the World Water Monitoring Day is an international education and outreach program that builds public awareness of the importance of protecting water resources around the world by engaging with people to conduct basic monitoring of their local water bodies. And then heading over to the inventions, the video game the video game console Atari 2600 was released. The Atari 2600 was initially branded as the Atari Video Computer System until November 1982. Now heading over to a celebrity birthdays. Now we are celebrating a girl who basically slayed and showed the world that she can be a queen, a beauty pageant queen, even in short hair. Uzosbini Tunzi. So Uzosbini Tunzi was born on the 18th of September 1993. Wow. And she is turning 32. Rise to fame. She won Miss Universe in 2019. She was the first black South African title holder of the Miss Universe title. And then marital status, married to Lutando Bolwana as of 2025. Yes, she got married this year. I believe a lot of people saw that, and I was shocked that she actually had a weave on her wedding day.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, okay, my girl's gonna go big, rocking the hairstyle that we know her with. No, she went full fairy tale princess on her wedding day. And then we are also celebrating Miss Entanglement, Jada Pinkett Smith. So Jada Pinkett Smith was also born on the 18th of September in 1971 and is turning 54. Rise to fame. She starred in A Different World, The Nutty Professor, and The Matrix franchise. Marital status separated from Will Smith since 2016. Interesting fact, former lead singer of new metal band Wicked Wisdom.
Actually, yeah, I heard this a while ago. She was in some band when she grew up. That's crazy. I never pictured her as like a singer performer type of person.
Okay, so I like this guy. He's a very amazing person. I remember that everybody probably remembers him from Pimp My Ride. Today is Exhibit's birthday, and Exhibit was also born on the 18th of September 1974 and will be turning 51. Rise to fame, released platinum album Restless, and hosted Pimp My Ride. Marital status, was married to Krista Jr. In 2014. Interesting fact, had his license seized during a car rally in the Netherlands. And then we're also celebrating Numani. So Numani was also born on the 18th of September in 1991 and is turning 34. Now, rise to fame, she was featured on Chance the Rapper's track titled Lost and released a mixtape titled Telephone. Marital status, she is single. Interesting fact, runs a radical book club focused on authors of color. Now that is pretty interesting, hey? Musi, can you please give us the word of the day? Before I give them moments. Okay, in the meantime, let me just give them the inspirational message and quote. So our inspirational message for today is: you weren't born to blend in. You were made to break patterns, shift energy, and leave echoes. I repeat, you were not born to blend in, But you were born, but you were made to break patterns, shift energy, and leave echoes. Now, a quote for today is: "The greatest glory in living lies not only in that." Okay, let me read this again. The greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. Nelson Mandela.
That's cool. That's cool. Did you touch on World Water Monitoring Day?
Yes.
You did? Okay.
I
That's very
did.
cool.
So now we're just waiting on a word of the day.
Look, man, on a day-to-day basis, you know, when that I always try to bring you words that are aimed at improving both yours and our day-to-day spoken languages, or not languages, but day-to-day spoken. What do I usually say, Mr. B? Spoken. Our vocabularies, speech patterns. That's not what I said. Anyway, but we do bring you.
Spoken language.
Really? Do I say spoken languages? I'm forgetting. A couple of days of not coming into the show, guys, and I'm already misremembering the thing that I always say. But today is no exception whatsoever. And the word of the day on this lovely Thursday morning, on the 18th of September 2025, is hello. The word is hello, and this word is a verb, and how you spell this word is as follows: H-A-L-L-O-W. That's H-A-L-L-O-W. And the definition or the meaning of this word is as follows: to honor as holy or sacred, to consecrate or set apart with reverence. The definition of the word hello is to honor as holy or sacred, to consecrate or set apart with reverence. How you can use this word in a sentence is as follows: they hallow the dawn with silence and song, believing each sunrise carries ancestral breath. They hallow the dawn with silence and song, believing each sunrise carries ancestral breath. Similar words include consecrate, sanctify, revere, bless, and venerate. Similar words include to consecrate, to sanctify, to revere, to bless, and to venerate. So that's the word for the day. Everybody's already shaking her head. But okay, as she's shaking her head, let's try to find the correct pronunciation for this, right? Because you know I'm big on pronunciation and making sure that we pronounce these words correctly.
Hallow.
Hello.
Hallow.
Oh, hello. Yeah. Hello. So that's the word for the day. The definition is to honor as holy or sacred, to consecrate or set apart with reverence. So
It feels like you're talking about a halo. In a way.
no.
I know it's not spelled the same way. How? H-A-L-O.
Double L-O-W. Yeah. So talk to me. What do you
Basically,
think?
look shorter.
What do you think?
Hello.
How
It's
would
hello,
you-
right?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello is an opening, a void.
Hallow.
Guysy.
Yeah.
Hallow.
Yeah. So talk to me.
Hi,
How would you don't think you'd put it in a sentence? I mean, the sentence example is they hallow the dawn with silence and song, believing each sunrise carries ancestral breath. The definition is to honor as holy or sacred, to consecrate or set apart with reverence. Very interesting. Wanakohai, talk to us. How would you use this word in a sentence? I can't wait to hear from you. I'm looking forward to your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. Zinzi Elizabeth jumped through and came through on our comment section on YouTube. And she says, good morning, beautiful people, the Vooka Nation and the Breakfast team. Sivugile on this Thursday and just completed my 4-kilometer walk this morning because I have have a daily target of 10,000 steps. I managed to do 7. Hey, well done, Zinzi. That's cool, man. I think on the highest that I've done in a day, and because I'm not much of someone who exercises, I heard one in the morning saying like he's really stepped into his exercising era and being intentional about the things that he does, man. So I think the two highest I've completed in a day is 12,000 steps and 15,000 steps. But that's just from me walking around in J. Studio,
I don't count my steps, so I don't even know how many steps I take from walking from home and coming to the studio and going back, and also walking to other places. I don't know. I think that'll make me just lose count of everything and just get focus on the steps instead of actually where I'm going. So probably one of the reasons why I don't actually do the whole step count.
Yeah. You know what you should do? Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I don't do. I prefer not to.
Set it up. It's actually very interesting. Like, how can I set that up? If it's on Android, I have it right here. Health, yes, the health app on.
Sorry. It's written health because it's Samsung Health.
Well, yeah, on Android. On I'm sure it's something different, but I'm sure she can set it up. But on Samsung, I know it's called Samsung Health. I don't know on Apple what
Apple Health.
Because I know my friends, quite a few of my friends use Apple, and they have the watches as well. And it takes their vitals. It takes. It's called Health as well. Apple Health, I'm assuming. Yeah, woman. So when you set it up, it automatically monitors your sleeping patterns, your steps as you're walking. It has quite a few benefits. I know I haven't. I mean, today alone, I've done 2,000 steps. Today alone, Nji. Yeah, and I don't know how. Guys, it's. Yeah, they are. I mean, it monitors your food intake, your body consumption. If you're someone who's cycling, I mean, on Saturday, Mo and I, because Mo uses.
Oh, I have it. It's called Honor Health.
So it's health across the board, Nji. Honor Health, Samsung Health, Apple Health, and whatever else. On Saturday, we made use of it, Mr. B. It was so funny. When we were on the hike, Mo used his one because he uses a Hawaii, right? So we both had our health apps on. And we said we're hiking, trying to monitor how long it took us for the hike, the number of steps we took and stuff. So, because it's a really content creator these days, again, whenever we'd stop, it would say, walk paused. And then when we resume, it would say, walk resumed. And then at the end of the thing, when you press the finish button, it sums up everything, how long you took, the steps you took, the number of steps you took, and how long the hike was, So it was very, very, very interesting, man.
Because I can see you can even measure your calories, your steps.
Dude, it has everything. I'll say check. I'll say press and turning phone.
Joe.
No, you have to borrow me this phone of yours, Chief. You haven't pressed this phone of yours. In fact, the phone and press everything.
I think it's because even with the Samsung that I had, I never used health. I never used the health app. So hence, I never even got interested in actually going about looking for this health app.
No, you should press everything. But I don't make that much use of it. But I mean, at the end of the week on Sunday, it also gives me like a roundup of how much I slept, how much I made of my use, when I was awake versus when I'm sleeping or when I'm just chilling there, So it has quite a few benefits, man. It's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's more to this than just your what do you call this? No, like your TikToks. Like, use your phones, man.
Yeah,
use your phones.
Absolutely.
I barely even post on TikTok.
No, but
not posting. I mean, consuming.
That's what I'm saying. Like, most of the time, the apps that I consume the most, it's WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and then I use a whole lot of Google. I barely even use my IG. I barely even use my TikTok. That's how it is. Those are like the most apps that I use the most, and obviously my S Play. But those ones are the ones that I use the most, like those top 5. And then I'm not include. I don't know if I should include like the dial pad. It's probably like number 6 if I include the apps that I use the most. But okay, that one is just like an ordinary app. But in terms of the apps that I use, I basically use 5 the most. I barely use my Instagram. I don't even remember the last time I posted on IG.
I mean, look, it's to each their own. Ngoba, you've seen like elderly people that will buy a flagship smartphone, like top of the range. Someone buys an iPhone 17 Pro Max, and they just make calls and receive calls. They don't take
Not
much
even take
pictures.
And that's it. Yeah.
And that's it. So, but normally this used to like frustrate me a little bit. Like, for example, Simam,
Yes.
her dad.
Yes.
That they showed, like he would get very, very good phone, but to that they showed, he just makes calls and receives calls,
And that's it.
that's it.
I remember.
And then he's got like abanye basendlini, like they've got your standard, smartphones, but he has like
Top of the range.
but it's just calling.
Man,
That's it.
my phone call, man. I said you call the fella.
Yeah.
So it's almost like he's basically just buying it, the flagship phone, just to basically almost like fit in with society.
Not
He does-
necessarily.
The reason why I'm saying this is because like it
doesn't
makes him
know.
look like a top notch. Besides not knowing,
But he doesn't know that he's got top of the range. He just saw something he liked and
Yeah, when you phone
bought it.
nice fella, and
So,
that's it.
so you know what I've said, ne?
Yes.
I've come to the conclusion that, you know what? If it's your money,
it's your money.
it's your money. So if you just want to make calls, that's it. It's your money. If you want to stick to 5 apps, it's your money, yabo. But if I were to buy you a phone and you don't use it, aibo, because it's my money, then that's a
yeah, no,
difference. Yeah, you must take
full
picture.
capacity because
Take
you're
picture.
the one who bought it for me.
Because even for my grandmother, the only thing that she uses a smartphone for, she used to have Facebook and then she deleted her Facebook account. So
No, I'm glad she did.
bagolo ba bole mo Facebook ba stoked ba out o batla mo Facebook. You know, that's funny when you guys mention Facebook. Ko strateng sang khonwaka there's these little girls. So this is a family we've known for the longest of times, and this lady, I consider her a sister. So she has a daughter who's in matric now, and the daughter has a friend who is doing second year Komonash. So this one time after work, I go there, like I usually do. Hi, guys, sharp. So I find them on TikTok and stuff like and things of that nature. So I'm talking to them and stuff. I don't know how it got to the topic and the conversation of social media. And then these little girls are like, "Hi, Musi, hi. Facebook is so what's the word they used, Kunji? Ghetto. Yeah, Facebook is so ghetto." Yeah, no, Facebook is so ghetto, Musi. Like, Facebook. I'm like, wait, what?
So vele people who still use Facebook more compared to like your TikTok.
Yes.
Yes. And we're all different, man. There's some people like us who only have basically a TikTok account, and you won't find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
And there's some people who have an IG account, you won't find them on TikTok and Facebook. Sometimes it's only people who literally just have only WhatsApp. You won't find them on any other social media platform. There are people like that. So it's a make up preference.
But I think for one, because look, Facebook started in our generation. Like when Facebook really, like, there's a lot of people who don't know that I remember TC mentioned that Facebook had a poking button.
Oh yes.
You remember when poking was a thing and someone would poke you.
When you have to poke, I remember you had to shake your phone, if I'm correct.
No, it was a button.
Yeah, but then there was on some phones, I remember there was another phone that I used to use. You have to shake it in order for you to poke somebody. Yeah. And then I remember once upon a time, you'd actually see a person's contact details on Facebook.
Yes,
you'd get their email address. Like when you go to the Facebook profile, I could see your name, details, whatever you listed. And then I see your phone numbers. You can.
Yeah, so you choose what to disclose.
No, but you know
But
what?
the profile. No, I mean right now when you go
Oh,
to
big.
someone's
I just
profile.
shake it. Bonnie Ramona, did you find a problem?
Yeah, so now shake is if you want to report something, whether it's an issue.
The one I'm talking about is not necessarily, or the one that she's referring to is not the displaying phone numbers on your profile. I remember this is the most recent year I remember is back in 2017 because I lost my phone and I had to get another one and I lost my contacts, right? On Facebook, it would put like how I saved your name on my phone previously. So banele, I would put maybe Kekotse Banele Mnge, Afriperi, Kekotse TC Mweketi. It would actually have people's numbers on your feed. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So as you're scrolling on your news feed, it would have people's numbers down there, the numbers that you had, because it would connect. I get that syncing thing. Yeah, you know how now it gives you an option of whether you want to sync your contacts
Synchronize with your IG, your contacts, your WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Now it's just a whole lot of synchronization. Even a TikTok just asks you, do you want to sync with Facebook? I'm like, no man, everything is just too synchronized. Why we gotta sync everything all together? Man.
Yeah, man.
But,
So, yeah, talk to me.
so, but like those are like fascinating times. I remember that I used to do like a whole lot of prank calls. I did like a whole lot of prank calls. I'd literally wait for that moment where I see a person's number on their Facebook account and just call them. I'm like, yo, welcome to Yo TV, and you just won a prize. I loved that. And my numbers on my Facebook account were the Yo TV numbers
Why?
because I don't want people calling me.
Okay.
Because I know that I did that to people.
That's interesting.
So I'll put on the YoTV numbers 083 913 3030. Yes, I still remember the numbers. Yeah, because like growing up as a kid, I used to go to big breakfasts, like literally. So when it comes to this whole background thing, I started like very young. So I was like part of the crew. I got big breakfast out there screaming, ooh, kadi pajama. I was like literally one of those.
I remember you mentioned, man. Very interesting. So, I mean, guys, what do you think? These little girls, I mean, the one is 18, 19, the other one is 20. Yeah, they're like between 17 and 20, Banaba. And they're telling me, Musi, Facebook is so ghetto. It's like for Babatona. I was like, but what does society come to now? Facebook is regarded as Imagine an entire thing like that, man. But yeah, it's like that thing Facebook. Like, okay, I think now, I mean, it's subjective. Look, my brother is in his mid-40s right now, and technically Kemotomotona, right? And he is on Facebook, he himself. And I know his generation was on Facebook, but as a 60-plus lady, oh man, I'm on Facebook.
For me, my grandmother, I remember that she had it because of basically her siblings. Because they were like, no, you must also need to have a Facebook account in case we don't find you there. And like she's a whole 74-year-old, bruh, on Facebook. And when she deleted it, I was like, oh, thank you, God, you just answered my prayers. Thank you very much. But now she just deleted the app and she didn't deactivate the account. So she has an email address. So every once in a while, the messages keep popping up that you now have a friend request. And you know what she does, Musi? I guess on Facebook. Why you get any messages on Facebook? I'm like, hey, me. I carry your email address. You use it to open your Facebook account. You didn't deactivate your account. You just deleted the app. So it means that you can still see messages popping in from Facebook.
There's 60-year-olds that are smart, modern.
Still,
like for example, let's just say you work for a tech company.
Okay.
As a 60-year-old.
Okay.
Right. So Facebook is like what now? 18 years?
Yeah, 15, between 15, 18, almost 20 years now, I think.
Yeah. So Bushkuti Bona, they were at the cusp of technology at the time where there was MySpace, there was
MySpace.
So they were like in their
Opera
40s.
At the time.
So they were in their 40s.
Yeah.
So they somehow
late 50s maybe as well, or like mid 50s, early 50s to mid 50s. Some of them.
Yeah, some of them.
But if we're saying 20 years ago they were in their 50s, it could be 70 months. So I'm just saying for 60-year-olds, like normally how I tend to think about this is imagine 20 years from now and I'm listening to hip hop, ne?
Okay.
So it's like, Aibo, why are you listening to hip hop? So I'm like, but this is stuff that I grew up on.
I don't think that analogy applies necessarily.
But what I'm saying is, there's people that are 60.
Yes.
But they are the ones that were in the innovation space of creating the tech itself.
Sure.
So I'm asking that a 60-year-old that's on Facebook, is that an issue?
It's not an issue, but it's
because for me it's different. I think because it's different. You know why? Because some people run businesses at that time.
I get it.
And then some people, like, believe it or not, you'll find that some social media content creators are like older than me. They're still in like the 50s, Balata was 60, some of them. And you still have some tech gurus within that age space.
Yeah.
So having a social media account or having a Facebook account for them, it's like literally a must.
Yes. For business purposes, sure.
Or even joining a church group.
On Facebook, motswadi WhatsApp group.
Wait. So
Nakana ke joina ZCC go Facebook. Ke teng tje ZCC go Facebook.
Guys, wait. No, not a ZCC.
No, we're making an example of a church group, obviously, or what apostolic church. For me, it doesn't make any sense, man. Why?
Okay. How would you relay information, Gewena, to your congregants?
What's up, Baba?
But now you run a ZCC and there's literally hundreds and thousands of people.
Yeah, but for that's when it becomes understandable because
no, I'm asking. Ne? I can say ZCC. so we're debating now. You've got hundreds of thousands of congregants. So how are you going to relay information via WhatsApp to them?
No, go Facebook because they have over a million people. It depends on the church. For me, it depends on the church. The reason I'm saying this is because some churches.
Give me another church. Okay, let me show you it applies everywhere.
IPHCC.
Or IPCC.
Yeah, IPCC.
Nakona, they've got literally thousands of congregants. So if there is something, whether it's like now in the age of streaming, so your grandmother can't go there, but then they hear Guti, it's going to be live streamed, and it's on Facebook, and there's things that they need to keep abreast with. Doesn't this make sense?
Well, in a way it does.
Facebook as a 65 plus. Okay, maybe from 60 to 65 I'm at a 65 plus. Or more Facebook, or scroll, or more news feeding, or post
like for example, on my you see on my Facebook
doom scrolling.
Like no, for purposes of church, I guess we can
compromise.
Say okay, fair, we hear you, but Facebook as a 25-year-old Facebook
what are you doing on Facebook?
No, but Facebook, like you said, it was when Facebook came into fruition and into play, right? It came at the cusp where we were as a nation, or rather as a society of the world, technological advances were happening or were taking place.
Sure.
This is around the years of if you can remember when Body Z Flip were coming into play. Body Sony Ericsson Express Music. You get what I'm trying to say? I remember my mother got the E2 the Samsung, not E250, the one that came before, Epic, the slides, when slide phones came into the thing. This is 2006. I remember
during the Olympics. I remember because Samsung used that as a
thing. Yes, I remember the first time Kepalama Quantum Motor Dobsonville Motor Jota was in 2006. So there were a lot of advances that were happening in society in general, right? So and I was able to use M620, M620 came after, but before E250, there was another Samsung, E370. E370, it was a small black slide phone. Man, I had it a couple of years ago, but it got lost. You understand? like bana ba khona yanong bompilo know how to navigate an iPhone better than us as parents, as uncles, and as aunts and stuff like that. Wa understand umntana thaxela TV manje ayenze in akuvulele Vooka breakfast so wena uhluleke as a comment. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it was the same thing for us at the time. I remember I was in like primary, late primary, because I was in like the last 3-4 grades of primary, grade 4, between grade 4 and 7. And Nelly Rona na re khono navigate the phone better than our parents. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's the thing even now where the kids now are better at navigating these devices better than us. So, but as Motswadi, and I get it, maybe at the time you were in like your mid 40s to 50s or whatever else. But now, as a 65-plus-year-old lady or man,
you mean adopting it now?
Now,
if you've had it back then,
you've had it back then, sure, great, okay. Sure. But still, wait and go Facebook. If you're not in business, you're not on groups that are. I mean, I've seen
groups, sure.
Yeah, the group, but what's that? Auto scroll sheba musi misti mo Facebook Motswadi uribisa thata. I'm sorry, not in a bad way, guys. I'm not trying to be malicious or anything like that. But
that one I understand to such a point that I don't even want my mom and my family as my friends on Facebook. Like my mom, I told her, all right, don't try a phone call, look WhatsApp.
Can I tell you what's going to happen?
Okay.
And I'm managing a projector, but there are high school games in the US that are being streamed, you know?
Sure.
High school games.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen now moving forward in SA is that even your elementary sports
is going to be streamed.
Is going to be streamed.
Sure.
And there's going to be highlights
sure.
of those games. So mhlawumbe as a parent, you were not able to attend your son's soccer match or your daughter's swimming lessons or whatever it is. But what's going to happen moving forward is that this will stream you and there's going to be these highlights. So the question is, where will this content reside? Now, as a grandmother or as a father that's elderly or
sure.
Question is, where will this content reside?
You see, now it's Facebook, the context, Mr. B. The last time you and I were here in studio, and it was actually on a Tech Thursday like this, and we were talking about why aren't our broadcasting services moving into an age and into an era of live streaming, right? Taking from creators like ourselves, where you have an array of options. You're not only limited to the 3 channels. Right, SAPC and the 4th one. Right, you remember TV1, TV2, TV3, TV4. Then later,
5 to 7.
And then later, Mnet was continuing for satellite before Dish was a thing. Okay. Remember, and then later when Dish was introduced, Soweto TV was also introduced as a 5th channel, and then you could find it on aerial, the TV aerial, but later it was also moved exclusively to multi-choice, right?
Sure.
So we spoke about why can't those platforms move into an era where they give platforms to streamers like ourselves, to creators, online creators like ourselves, so that this content, because we are seeing how the conventional TV now is losing out on viewership and followership, right? So in context of what you're saying, it's context. Content creator, live streaming of games and things of that sort. Your parents or your grandparents would make use of it per circumstance, not just randomly. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So if your mother as a 70-year-old or 80-year-old would jump onto a streaming platform, it would be based on context, circumstance. Hi, umzukulu wami is playing a game and I know the game is being live streamed. Not randomly nje, so okay, I'm on Facebook. Hi guys, I'm out here. Motswadi obata eng. O tlo bona dilo tso sa tshwana go di bona. Like not gore like there's bad things on thing, but no, man, no. No, it's like that thing. For most part, is all your family able to view your statuses on WhatsApp?
I wouldn't comment on that. No. The reason because guys, I don't.
You don't post that much,
so
but yeah,
I don't even look who's. The thing is, funny enough, mangbonama status.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all things in studio, and I didn't even post that status.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know.
Sure. But if you're someone who was active in that sense, I know with me, like a lot of my family is blocked on my status, bruh. And not absolutely. Here's the thing. Here's my thing, Banele.
I block my grandmama.
For the most part, I'm respectful. I
And
have
then for
good
the other
moral
parts?
standings. No, not for it. At the end of the day, ke ngwana. And there's things that you probably would not appreciate seeing most status in Saka. What if ke plomile ke warm le osinyana? Ke poster. Motswadi wa bona.
Yeah,
wena.
sharp. Here's okay. So we've got to tap on it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's studio. So I'll say this, Uguti, more posts that you are intending to showcase it to
Yes.
the world.
And not to the world, to my people.
Aye.
To my
Hence,
people.
we have
No.
a status privacy on WhatsApp. For example, me, when I post, my grandmother can't view my status. I select when she can see and when she can't.
Yes, absolutely.
Because for me, as much as we
insane,
were,
guys,
no, because there's some things that I want to post. Feel free to post as an individual, besides being judged by family. Because
Okay.
you know, it's maybe I'm like, it's like a bikini pose, you know. I was feeling myself. I was out there in the pool, man. And then when I get home, and then when now on tidy rope, it's
Exactly.
a bikini, my guy.
Exactly.
Like there's some
Exactly.
things that, some comments that are literally unnecessary, that are made into a big things and are blown out of proportion by some family members. I blocked all of my family members from seeing my status. The yellow lot.
So here's the thing.
There's only like there's only
Interesting,
two people that can actually see my status, and those are my two cousins. No, three. Those are my cousins, because I know same WhatsApp groups.
Oh, Nkangano.
I'll make
I'll make
another
we
example.
understand the freedom that we want to have.
You know, I have a thing about people who on Facebook. I think I raised it with you or with Utumzani. Why block account like more Facebook? But it goes back
Privacy.
to that.
You mean make it private?
Yes.
Okay.
Right? Why block account like like what's so important more paging when if you and I are not friends on Facebook and I try to click onto your account and it's blocked, I can't see your picture because I think that was aimed at, or the purpose or at the core of it is you know how people can have the blue tick and have their pages verified, right? It was for people who are in the public eye, who do have their personality pages on social media, and then there are private pages as well, because at the end of it, you are an individual yourself, and you have people you are close with who you would want to be friends with on Facebook or on social media, right? And then you have a random person in paging the thoughts, things that you share, you know, things of that sort. So I think I could be wrong, but I think at the core of it, or in alignment with it, making pages private was because of people who are in the public eye. But as a random Tom, Dick, and Harry, most strating on a little bit my 800 or block a page. What's so big? But it's aimed at that.
Point.
It's aimed at that. Even on WhatsApp, status is right? Because it's a personalized thing. It's your own contact. So let's say you have La Monteslangan and the Kota Festival, and then they see me in my private life. Gay posted whatever. And then you judge me based on my private.
When you say private life,
yes,
this one becomes a double-edged sword.
Yes.
Because when posting, to a certain extent, we are now crossing that line of privacy. To a certain extent.
But posting can be customized.
I agree.
To have a certain number of people or a certain class or a certain demographic of people viewing your post online.
Sure.
Right?
No, I do agree. Guti. There is some form of customization involved.
Sure.
But we are skating on like a double-edged sword.
I get you.
Yeah. Last question, guys, before we move on. So you know with WhatsApp, because it started on Lentulema, 2 ticks, blue ticks and whatnot.
Yes.
Now, I remember when you would not want people to know if you have received and read their messages.
People still have that
read
going
receipts.
on.
Read receipts. You could disable that.
Sure.
But the nice thing was that now you couldn't tell if other people have
read yours. If you disable yours, you can't see if
because it's a bit unfair. Why is it? Sure. Now, I just have one question here. So now with the whole status things, if you block your grams, can you view your grandmother's status?
If she
Yeah.
decides to block me, then it's up to her discretion.
No, she
No,
doesn't
I
know.
can. I
Remember, she
can. I
doesn't
actually
know.
can. But then she
What
doesn't
I'm saying
even
is
post.
she doesn't know. Uguti, you can block other people. She doesn't.
That she has that option.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you have gone ahead and blocked her
Yes.
from viewing your ones. Can you view hers? That's not fair.
How so?
Because how is it that you feel that there are certain things you want to withhold, ne? But then you want to take a peek into my
It's
life?
not that you want to, it's personal discretion.
No, remember, some people don't know, Angit.
So now you're putting that on me.
Yeah, because...
How is that my fault?
No,
though?
guys, here...
O batlang mo di statuseng o le motho o motona. Why o post that status as a 65 plus year old?
No. So senkulmela mina man.
Yes.
Right? Because I don't really do statuses that
Yes.
much. So, for example, I don't see yours, right? And then once in a while, whenever I post, I'm like, this person
Is viewing my
is
status.
viewing mine.
Yes.
So when I'm saying from a perspective of being fair, just like read receipts.
But
No, no, no.
discretion
Just
is
like-
not about fairness, though.
I'm saying you don't want your grams to see your
Yes.
updates again.
Yes.
Sharp. It's only fair that you don't see hers.
How so, though?
I
Where's the
post-
fairness?
Mogela, I
is?
post the
No,
anyway.
even if she does, Afriperi,
but-
what does your not being knowledgeable about that option have to do with me?
Okay, so if we're talking tech and Nama features, it's okay, fine, I'm knowledgeable, not knowledgeable, I get that. What I'm advocating for here is do unto others. Ne?
Manel.
No, guys, wait. Do you think it's fair
Fairness has
for
nothing to
you?
do with it.
No. Do you think it's fair for you to come to my house ne? And uhlale kamereni and see my bedroom, but then mangizagini kwakho?
It's discretion.
There's a limit.
though. Yeah, but
There's a
up to-
limit.
It's my discretion.
Sure, I agree, but
Yeah.
is that fair?
Fairness has nothing to do with it.
Okay, let me give you another example.
I get the examples, Manele. The analogies that you're making, I
The
absolutely
analogy-
get. I
yeah,
get
but-
them.
but here-
I have the option. Both you and I have the option. You chose to give up that option, right?
No, I didn't.
You did.
I
though.
didn't. No.
But I
In this
cannot-
case, ne,
So,
you
so,
come
know,
to me.
I'm falling because you and how we are not knowledge.
No, because I'm acting ethically here. Because
Ethics
you
have
come.
nothing to do with status
No, but
posting. They
yeah,
don't.
sharp. I get that, but what I'm saying is, whenever you are, let's say you come through, ne, I offer you food, right? This is what I do,
Okay.
but then you don't do the same when.
It's a you thing.
No, but that one doesn't apply.
It
That one
does,
doesn't
guys.
apply.
Reciprocation. What I'm saying is, you want to have the ability to peak.
It's not that I want to. I have the ability because
Yeah,
it's
it-
your discretion
you
has
have
given
it.
me
It's-
that option.
Sure.
Yes.
You can peek into other people's lives. You can.
Yes.
But you're restricting people from peeking into your life.
Yeah, I'm restricting certain people to peeking into
Not everybody.
I'm talking
because I'm
about,
customizing
but
it
I'm
and
talking,
I have that
I'm
option.
talking
I
about
get-
those certain
and
individuals.
both you and I have that option. Do we
Emanyane,
not?
ke bang o blockileng ko statuseng ya o he thata ba e kore ka bona
Guys,
ka re-
No, I don't think he's making
I don't
that.
even do statuses, guys.
Yeah, I know.
What I'm saying is, you can peek into others, and I'm talking about those individuals, but you don't want them to peek into your
But
life.
we both have that discretion and that option, do we not, Mr. B? We do, I get. And how we execute
The
it
same
and
way-
make use of it
Sure.
is an individual thing.
The same way you can say choice. Uguti, if someone is stingy, ne, I don't have to fork out because it's according to me.
Ha sa ntshulele kwa lona, ko go tsholela ko gae. Ai, monna, wa iketsa,
It's your
it's
choice.
kwena.
Yeah, exactly. But then we say
if you
Uguti,
don't
that's
have-
not fair.
Fairness has nothing to do with it, though. I'm sorry. Fairness does not come into play in this.
You do
scenario.
have the choice
Yes.
of not playing.
Choice,
or
discretion.
You don't have. I'm sorry. You do have the choice of not reciprocating. You
Yes.
do have it.
Yes.
You know what you're trying to make out? It's almost the same as us feeling entitled to telling celebrities what they have the right
Yes,
to do
to
and
post
what not
because
to
they are
do.
in the public
Why
eye.
did you post this picture? Because they're in the public eye. It's almost one and the same thing. The only difference is that I get to
Sorry,
choose.
say that again.
Bo, I agree. In the world that we live in, some celebrities have been attacked over the fact that, no, why did you do this? Why didn't you post this? Lwena, you should be shown.
Why didn't you post this?
in some instances they do. There's some fans who feel entitled when it comes to a certain celebrity that they like I have the right to your life, my bro. I have the right to know what you eat. Those are the super fans that people normally know, who actually turn into stalkers. So sometimes blocking somebody is just avoiding such unnecessary things.
No, I agree with the blocking, guys. But remember, when you block someone, it means you want nothing to do with them. But how is it fair for you to block someone, but you still chase after that person?
I'm not chasing, Chief. I'm seeing...
By chasing you are viewing their statuses.
No, but if I'm scrolling on my WhatsApp status, I'm seeing people who've updated their status. I'm seeing an Afriberry, I'm seeing a Mr. P, I'm seeing a TC, an Itumelenge, and everyone else.
Sharp, and you want nothing to do with Afri, right?
I didn't say I want nothing. I want
in
nothing
terms of
with
her
her
status.
viewing what I post. Nah, I could care less for poster in. But if I'm seeing it, or if I'm scrolling Jamuri status in Saka, and yours happens to be the next one,
okay,
I saw it.
So scroll, right? But what if you see it there, where you go to the homepage in my status, and you literally go into it?
Yes.
Is that different?
Yes.
Than scrolling?
Because option
guys,
you gave me the
Vooka
option.
Nation, let us know, guys. I'm saying it's not fair to peek into someone else's statuses or status.
So just because you block
in other words, you actually shouldn't even care about this whole discussion. The reason being is because you don't even check statuses.
No, guys,
you don't even look at people's statuses.
This is not a me thing. This is just talking in general about Afriberry. You've got this X. X. Ne? You don't want them to see status sako, right? So you block them. But when religiously every single day you go and check his status sack, is that sensible? You tell me.
Oh no, I don't. I just move them to mute.
No,
I'm telling you what I do.
Sure.
For me, if I don't, there are like some people who I didn't even block
them.
Yeah, for me, there's some people that I didn't even block on my status, but I literally don't care about what they post, and I put them on mute.
No, man, you're not answering me. I'm asking you, Guti. You are viewing status sack, right? But you have gone ahead and blocked him from viewing yours. Is that sensible?
No, I've never done that.
Sense and fairness have nothing to do with it.
I'm not. Okay, the question is, I'm not saying have you done this. I'm saying think of your ex, man.
Hey, ex, I want to snoop and see what's going on.
I want to. That's a different
Vooka
thing.
Nation, let me know, man. Let me know.
Yeah, it's a different to the question that you answer. You asked that one.
That's a different one.
As the same difference.
How power na get lo power.
Some analogies don't apply, Chief. No, power one get by two. Power one get by two. It's a different analogy altogether. But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
But
let's make
power
it
one
practical.
today. Ne power two. Kausani.
But
power one na power two.
These things have things that the factors and variables that contribute into it. I'll make a practical example. I'll read out names. I won't watch or see the statuses, but I'll read out names of people on my status. Right now, the options that I have. Right, Humtu is a friend of mine who does watch and consume the Vooka Breakfast Show. There's Uzozo Zoe, there's Jazz Monk, there's Usimpiwe the dancer, there's Ukuchi, there's Twinkie, there's Ukatli, Umonde, there's Komoto. There's quite a lot of people who've updated their status, right? And some of them I could have blocked on my status, but they've given me, according to their discretion, they've given me the option to be able to see what they've posted. It's a personal choice, like you mentioned. So are you saying, let's make an example. I
wouldn't say that which they've given you, but just by being on the platform, and I'll tell you, most people don't even know.
What's that?
Uguti, there's a lot of consent that you give just by being on the platform.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Yes, but with consent, you are given the option of how you want to customize what people consume from Kemaga.
No, you're not lying.
Exactly. So, by virtue of this, these people they have the option, and they know they can block me. They don't
all know, miss. They don't all.
There's no one.
No.
There's no
No.
Wait,
In our
wait.
era.
Do you know, Gutiwena, you can block people from viewing status circle?
No,
Not
Our
everyone.
type of water
No, no,
for-
What I'm saying is, guys, not everyone knows.
I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to put money on it. Or there's no one 40 years and less who wouldn't say that they don't know how to block about most data. Saying, "I can't." ChatGPT.
Oh, Chibi WhatsApp.
Oh, GB, yeah.
Yes, because with that one, remember
Yeah,
that you
that
can
was-
literally
Yes.
snoop if
Yes,
somebody
even if
deleted
someone
a message.
blocks you.
Did
Yeah.
you
he
like
can-
it?
I never used
Yeah,
it.
I
I
hated it.
didn't even
Okay,
know how.
okay,
I hated
okay.
it.
Let me ask. Did you use it?
No.
Okay.
I
Cool,
hated
thanks.
it. It was used against me at some point.
Did you like it? Yeah, because
I didn't get. For me, I didn't understand what it exactly does.
I'm
So
saying- I'm
hence,
saying
I
it
didn't
gives you-
like
it
it. I
gives
never
you an
explored
unfair
it.
advantage,
you know why?
guys,
Yes,
into someone
because now
else's life.
you can't customize according to your preferences and your needs. It bypassed that customization option. That's why it was unfair. More fairness and
Hence it
unfairness
got
comes into play.
canned.
We understand. But on a normal WhatsApp like this, we are all given the same rules, the same instructions to abide by. All of us. All of us can play according to these rules. Kemaga,
Yeah, no,
right?
we
If you
can.
and I,
We
despite
can, but we
your
don't
device,
all know.
yes, so anong ke shwela go sa itse ga gago. Nna ke shwela kitso ya gago e wena o senang yone. O batla eng mo platformong if you're not going to equip yourself with the necessary information and knowledge. Thus I make the option of let's talk
The
about
same way we say here the Constitution, what
let's
the
talk
law.
about-
I mean, I'm saying this feature.
yes.
If I were WhatsApp today, what I would do is that if you disable
Read receipts.
Banele from viewing your status,
Yeah.
automatically you shouldn't be able to see mine. The same way with my read receipts. That's what I would do, and I think Uguti, that's like
But
fair.
let's talk about that lady, that minister lady. Wa gopola o la kila tsa dinepe, tsa di notes. A fetsa be di leaka. O etsa eng o le motswadi? Why as an old lady o tsa di news a fetsa o bodi ba mo phone o sa itse go tobetsa phone. Gona no ke fetsa o manya Afriperi.
No.
A young lady who should be
She sent
working.
it to someone.
Yeah, for
and that
eng?
other person.
Ke mo
Oh,
stone
is it
to
the
o
one
batla
all over
eng?
Northwest?
A ke
Ole?
itse ke mang,
I
but
remember
there's
that earlier
lady.
this year there was also another municipal worker. She's actually a mayor go Northwest. The lady she a video and I know West karke ANC di comrade ka fan. Comrade, she got called out because it got shared on the different comrade aka ANC groups that they had, and she got suspended.
I get at that age, vision is no longer good. So ababon kahle ukuthi okay, I'm posting to
Njani?
comrade so and so or the comrades group.
But that's exactly o batlang mo platformong o sa itse go
na
berekisa.
Joe.
What are you doing on that platform?
And then number one,
Manele?
we've had so many cases of so many girls who are my age who've had their pictures maybe leaked or whatever. And then when of course
First of all, why are you
Ke
taking
batho
notes?
le bona
Why are you
batho
taking notes?
Ke batho.
It's like ntatolo ole a tlisa ngwana ka skia ke tla o tlisetsa sone. Ke eng idio tseo?
No man, abantu.
Ke eng
nabo.
idio
it's the
tseo?
same
Yes,
as the
abantu,
judge.
but
I thought
also-
re go ra
umuntu
tsebe gore
otala,
banana ke
Manele.
eng. It's the
guys.
same as the judge. I thought re ra tsebe banana ke eng.
You knew exactly what
Or
you were
what if
doing,
it's like me sending you a banana? Like, what judge?
Let's make one last example and then we take a very quick
sure,
break
sure,
before
sure.
we welcome Utsepone. For now, you and I spoke about this, and I think Mo was part of the conversation. At the inception of OnlyFans, it was an online posting platform, right, of sharing content at the core
with your
of
fans,
it.
yeah.
With your fans, people who follow you. And then as time went by, it was unfortunately twisted and customized to become an OnlyFans platform. The way reading in this year or now in society. Phela ha o le mo OnlyFans ha o go tshwere wena wa paisa.
Yeah.
And how basically necessarily mara o paisa content ya batho ba batona.
Sure.
18 plus 21 plus content, right?
Agreed.
But at the core of it, at its inception, OnlyFans was a content posting platform. Whether you are traveling, you are hiking, you are into birds, you are someone who's into tech, you could post on OnlyFans because only your fans could consume that platform.
Similar to Twitch.
And they allowed it.
So if I were to create an OnlyFans page, what do you think people would think of me?
What
Exactly. Ke batlang mo OnlyFans ke itse gore yanong gore in society perception ya OnlyFans ke eng.
Sure.
O batla eng. So it's the same thing. O batla eng mo WhatsApp, o sa itse go navigate. O batla eng mo Facebook, o sa itse go navigate Facebook.
So there's levels. No, but there's levels to this thing, ne? Afriberry, what are you doing with your smartphone if you don't know how to use 80% of the features? It doesn't mean just because you're not using the entire feature set that you shouldn't be on the platform. At its minimum, you're just sending them text messages, making phone calls, video calls, and that's
So
it. But there's more to it,
You
obviously.
have no leg to stand on to cry, or you can't read people's receipts, or you can't see people's statuses, because it's personal choice and it's discretion.
Yep.
So make use of it the way we're we think at the best of your ability.
Sure.
Mara, you have no leg to stand on. It's unfairness, because you lack the knowledge.
No, but I do.
You lack
in a
the
sense,
knowledge, but that's
the same way you're talking about only fans having being turned into what it is today. Ne? WhatsApp back in the days, if you didn't want people to see if whether or not you have read their messages, you can then disable that feature, and it worked across the board.
It's the same as having.
So the same way it was changed, Namanje WhatsApp has changed in an unfortunate way right now. Because I only see it as fair. If you do not want me to see your updates, you shouldn't see mine.
Yeah, but why?
So I'm gonna buy WhatsApp and I'm gonna change this feature.
Once you do that, then we'll get into it. Zinzi came through as well on our YouTube comment section. She was saying that wishing you all a blessed day and looking forward to a fun jammed-packed episode, #Vooka Breakfast Show. And then she finally comes through saying, I used to be such a Tupperware buyer. Then I decided to join as a distributor so that I can buy it less. It's sad they are filing for bankruptcy. It is completely. But I'm going to go high. Right about now, we're going to be getting into the conversation with Tsepo, but that's going to take place right after the break, because we've been talking for quite some time. And you know that from time to time we need to go and pay our bills. But right after the break, we're going to be hanging out Le Tsepo Mangwe. Right? Did I pronounce it correctly? There we go. He's a chairman and head coach of the Tsepo Sports Academy. I can't wait to jump into that conversation, because you know that we always have scintillating, all-encompassing, compelling, and of course thought-provoking conversations right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. The time right about now is 15 minutes after the hour, 9 o'clock. Let you and I see each other after this. Quickly go pay our bills, grab a glass of water, and you and I will see each other after this cool stuff.
How? Tommy, you still cooking with cha, salt, and prayers. Yo, but don't stress, ungawari, because your time to shine in the kitchen is here. Amapele Pele Spices for Africa and the Vooka Breakfast Show have said, let's bless you with some spices that will slap harder than Umama's 7 colors. Vooka Flavor Fridays is here. We're serving flavor, vibes, and vibes with flavor. Flavor Fridays is the only plug you need to turn your kitchen into a 5-star chill spot. For 8 weeks, you stand a chance to win spice hampers that take your meals from meh to just by subscribing and tuning into your daily dose of positivity for an energetic start to the day. So Haibo, what are you waiting for? Don't miss out. Flavor is calling. Waza.
But it's not from you, 'cause I'm not that hollow. Baby, let it be. You could try to sweet talk all you want, but I ain't that lonely. Baby, let it be. Forget your rules, forget your shoes. I've done everything you asked, but I wasted time. Forget your truth, you're just cool. I swear anything's better than you. Get you on the flip side, get you on the flip side. So goodbye. Funny how it works sometimes. Yeah, we kinda hit it off at first. Checking every bar in town, all the sleepless nights until things got worse. You're so manipulative, trying to convince me of the shit, but it didn't work. once, just give it a try. Listen to me when I say goodbye to you. Maybe for once, just give it a try. Listen to me when I say goodbye to you. Forget your rules, forget your shoes. I've done everything you've asked me to do. Forget your rules, forget your shoes. I've done everything you asked, but I wasted time. Forget your truth, you're just cool. I swear anything's better than you. Catch you on the flip side, catch you on the flip side. So goodbye.
에요 핸들 돌려 봄 달콤한 내 말투에 녹아 봄 흔들어줘 내 맘을 맞춰 like so sweet I'm dripping 빙글빙글 돌아 don't stop Drop it drop it drop it
Last pen 없어는 그냥 freestyle yeah 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 정답은 없어 간맛부터 crash까지 그 한 잔에 나 녹아내림 쉐이크하고 삼켜 내 맘은 teaser
나는 부드러워 달콤해 기분 따라 바뀌는 내 timeline
Oops, are you in my mind? 숨기려 해봐도 that's feel.
에요 핸들 돌려 봄 달콤한 내 말투에 녹아 봄 흔들어줘 내 맘을 맞춰 like so sweet I'm dripping 빙글빙글 돌아 don't stop Drop it drop it drop it
너를 마시 위험해 다 알아도 중독돼 Yeah man like sugar rush 정신 못 차리게 입에 닿자마자 flow got switch 너는 velvetly English 숨을 내 세계 fade 내 온몸에 번져 나는 pain 너의 말 한마디에 분위기는 chill yeah yeah 네 말투는 sugar 입에 감겨 feel yeah yeah Shake it push it feel it crush it 감정을 위쳐 어서 목숨에 표정 한 줄로 나를
나는 부드러워 달콤해 기분 따라 바뀌는 내 timeline
Are you in my mind? 숨기려 해봐도 that's feel.
에요 핸들
빙글빙글 머리 돌아 잘안 비워도 안 끝나 매일 달라지는 flavor 한 입으로 빠져 deeper
너를 마시 너무 crazy 산 위로 드랍해 감정 drip You know I like drop it drop it 에요 핸들 돌려 봄 달콤한 내 말투에 녹아 봄 흔들어줘 내 맘을 맞춰 like so sweet I'm dripping 빙글빙글 돌아 don't stop Drop it drop it drop it Sip it slow love it love 네가 필요해 I like it drop it drop it Sip it slow love it love 네가 필요해 I like it drop it drop it I like it drop it drop it I like it drop it drop it I like it drop it drop it
Still hanging out with us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. You know that we're always taking such good care of you every weekday morning between the hours of 7 and 10. Monday to Friday. Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I'm so excited. And I've been happy to be both in your presence and in your company. It's a Thursday morning, the 18th of September 2025. The time right about now is 23 minutes after the hour 9 o'clock. And you know that we're always trying to give you your energetic start to the day that is accompanied by your daily dose of positivity. Hanging out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE. Mr. My name is Musi. Mr. And you know that I'm not alone. I'll never be alone. Hang out with the one and only Berry Plays. Afri Berry. Ati the Daka, the what, the Haki, and you know that you can engage with us across all our social media platforms using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. It doesn't end there. It needs not end there. Continues on our WhatsApp line by dialing the number 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done so that you and I and Mr. B and Afi Berry and the rest of the Vooka Nation and the Vooka team can share our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. I can't wait to hear from you. Right about now, we're going to be hanging out Le Obuti Tsepo Mangwe, the chairman and the head coach of Tsepo Sports Academy, and I can't wait to get into that conversation. So if perhaps you have a few questions, opinions, queries, answers, whatever else, NJ, you want to share, or perhaps you just want to show your love and your appreciation, do that on our YouTube comment section. And I'd like to welcome Obuti Tsepo.
Thank you.
Welcome, my brother. How's it going?
It's going good.
Yes, sir.
I'm good. A little bit nervous.
Okay.
But, I think nervous are good at this point, you know?
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Yes, sir. I love that, man. I love the outlook that you have, man. Of viewing nerves as like a positive.
Yeah.
You know, yes sir. I love that so much. So welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with us and share a bit of your story and all the spaces that you're involved in, man. I love that so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, sir. Let's jump straight into it. Someone is sitting out there wondering, Tsepo Mangwe mang, utsako kae? Tsepo Sports Academy, you know, who is Tsepo as a young boy growing up, and how do you eventually find yourself being involved in the spaces that you're involved in and eventually creating and coming up with Tsepo Sports Academy?
So, sports has always been part of my life.
Yes, sir.
And Tsepo was born in Tanzania.
Okay.
And came here after 10 days, so they say.
That's interesting.
I like how you put it, so they say.
Yeah, I was born in Tanzania and I grew up in South Africa. Basically, I know South Africa. I don't know
any other place.
Yeah. You know. So how was I born there? Both my parents were exiled.
Okay.
So it happened that I got conceived that side, and
I see.
Yeah. So I grew up in Pimville, Zone 2, as a child. That's where the footballing started. You know,
I see.
Started kicking the ball from the streets, dusty streets of Zone 2, and so in my family we were not really stable. You
Okay.
know, we used to move from one place to another until my mother actually found us a stable place, which was here in Protea Clan.
Okay.
Extension 11, back in 1996. So that's where I actually started playing football with the mentorship of George, the late George, the late Damonges, the late Tachipa. So, yeah, that's where the love and the passion for football actually grew. And thereafter, as I was growing, by the age of 12 years, I went out and started playing in Highlands Park.
Okay.
So that's where I was really developed properly, you know, within the footballing space.
Yes, sir.
And then we, you know, as I grew up, we started getting naughty. Age 17, you know, you lose it. But I think that's why I did not make it to the pro. But I was that good.
Okay.
And then fast forward to 2020 during COVID times, I got retrenched in Tabazimbi. I came back home, and now there were a lot of movement restrictions. Remember?
Yes, during COVID
time.
season.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what happened was that I started seeing a lot of kids in my hood roaming around and not having anything positive going on, you know. So that's where I was like, no, man, let me groom these kids, you know. Let me open this academy so that they can have a place where they belong, where they'll be seen, where they'll be safe, you know. So that's how Tepo Sports Academy started. And from there, it just grew in leaps and bounds. Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Quite.
Hey? So we also see gore o head coach ka mo chairman.
Anyway.
So o di balance ya dilo tse di le two kana go ba tlhogo o entle go di gatareng o di tlhogo tse pedi tlakane. Ka re you're the head coach ka mo chairman. So how do you balance the whole work ethic between being a chairman and the head coach of the club?
It's difficult, eh? I must say, it's very difficult. But I'm managing. Funny, I am managing. And it is all through the support system that I have at home. It's so strong that they have always been carrying me, you know. And as a person, I decided that I have to stand up, you know, and be the change that I want. So I had to juggle. There was nobody else that could have taken those strides and ran with them, you know, the way I did. So since 2020, I've been doing this. So I'm trying. I'm trying by all means. It's not all peaches and cream, but we're getting there.
Yeah. Very, very, very interesting.
Yeah.
But the roles how do you differentiate between being the chairman and as well as the head coach, right? Because I'd assume that Bobby Mutawung would not be like an active coach, you know, or a coach in that sense. Or actually players. So how does one differentiate the roles of the chairman of a sports academy and as well as the head coach of a sports academy?
Sure. Well, the head coach comes with experience that I've gained.
Yes, sir.
Throughout my playing days.
Yes, sir.
So I've been trained. I've seen what the other chairmen would do as well with us, based in Highlands Park.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
So all that experience, I brought it in as a coach, and thereafter, I had to learn how to now be a chairman. Meaning, I had to learn how to engage with people, so that I can go and find sponsorships, so that I can market the academy, so that I can get parents and communities involved. So it is challenging as it is, but I'm managing.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I am managing.
I can
I'm pulling
imagine.
through. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's amazing. Hey, so would you also mind explaining, Uti, what makes your academy stand out or be different from any other academy?
It has to be the bond that we have built, you know, with the boys. We have a sense of togetherness.
I love that.
Because we all come from different backgrounds, and we understand the backgrounds that we're coming from, and we also share visions of wanting to achieve something. You know, having to want to achieve something is the driving force behind our family bond. So there's a brotherhood and a sister. I've got girls as well playing. So there's a sense of brotherhood and sisterhood that I have created amongst the family, you know. So, yeah, I think that's what set us apart, is because we are very much bond together. There's a sense of loyalty amongst us. So, yeah.
More like a family than a football club.
Yeah, very cool stuff, man.
Sure.
Very, very cool stuff. So how do you balance the training regiments for the players in the academy, in the club, especially with their academic lives as well, and their personal lives as well, because at the end of the day, you understand, right? As much as I'm sure you can also agree, for Luena, you as a young player in your younger days, you had a life outside of football, right? So how do you balance that, especially in trying to differentiate the roles between chairman and head coach, and the expectations and what you want to see out of them? So differentiating and balancing their football lives or their football training versus their academic studies and of course their personal lives.
So there's a guy that we work with. He's from Kopesa.
Okay.
They are social workers, and they come in and they help with their mental states, the kids, because like I said, we coming from different backgrounds, and every Wednesday he comes through and he tries to guide the kids and let them know that whatever that they are going through in their lives, at their households, should not really determine their future. So I've got these kids also that they always want to play.
Yes.
Football is also a therapy.
It is. It is. Sports in general is very therapeutic.
So what they do, they always want to be on the field. Why? Because they're fighting their inner
self.
Inner challenges. There's uncertainties everywhere. And to look at a 10-year-old and carrying such weight, it's
crazy.
It's not easy. It's not easy. It's very easy. It's not easy. And then there are other challenges as well when it comes to their health. I've got a child there who was diagnosed with hypertension, I think. So he has mood swings. He has mood swings. His mood changes now and then. I was told that at school he only concentrates for a certain period of time. So I have created a space where that boy is able to take his meds, focus, because what he used to do? He used to fight a lot with the other kids, and that fight was mainly because of he wants to be seen. He wants to be accepted. He feels like he's not accepted within the family and
space. I can imagine.
And we have to deal with those kind of situations.
So basically a cry out for help.
Exactly. At some point I would take the child to his appointment, medical appointment. So that's I'm not just a coach. I'm a mentor, I'm a counselor, I'm a father, I'm a brother to them. And it's too heavy sometimes, but it's a role that I have chosen. It's a role that I have chosen. And coming back to your question, how do I differentiate between football and school?
Yes.
So we have scheduling. We have schedules where we train, and there are certain periods of time when they don't train at all, and I advise them to focus on their
schoolwork.
Yeah,
I love that.
They never come to school to training. They never go to training. if they have homework
completed, yes.
Yeah, if they have homework, stay at home.
Yes,
they know.
Yes,
sure.
Man, that's pretty amazing, man. And I see that you have a lot of things. You're not just the head coach or the chairman, but you're also somebody that they can also depend on and fully trust.
Yeah.
So besides the story ukuthi khona nongwana lo gore no muthusa nanane high blood, no tsamalendi treatment, what other success story can you share with us when it comes to a young player that you've seen maybe and then mothateng wa bona fetoga setse le motho montle motho o siameng mo gare se tshaba? What other success story can you actually share?
You know, there's a one player, and it was way before Topical Sports Academy actually. So like I said, from way back, as I was playing during my playing days, I would just gather the kids that came before me in the streets, and I would just train them from there. You know, train them, arrange soccer matches. So that guy, I'm gonna name him just now. That guy was. He never knew how to receive the ball, pass the ball. You know, those movements. That's the basic. He did not know how to maneuver, you know, the footballing space, and I had to teach him. And then he left, and the good thing is that he never really gave up on football because it was his passion. Today he plays for the reserve side of Orlando Pirates, you know, and the name is Puleng Bapela. Puleng Bapela. Yeah.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah. Stumza.
Shout out. Yeah.
So, under Topical Sports Academy, we go out, we play with other academies that are well established. You know, like your Bidvest Vets.
Oh wow.
You know, your Chiefs. What's the other one? Stars of Africa.
Oh wow.
You know, so they are able to select the kids from that bunch. You know, they are able to select them and just recruit them from there on.
Yeah.
Sure.
But with all of those things taken into consideration, what do you think is the difference between Topical Sports Academy versus other academies or other programs in and around our communities, especially go Pimvili or go Klipspreit, you know, maybe go DK, like just around in Jemokas? What do you think is the difference that sets you apart as Topical Sports Academy versus any other programs that offer maybe similar, if not the same services and programs essentially?
I created an environment, a safe environment for kids to, you know, to feel at home, to be welcomed.
I see.
You know, to be welcome, to have a bond, that brotherhood and sisterhood within the community. You know, so it's not just about playing football. It's about learning the life skills, how you respect one another, how you talk to each other, how you become kind to each other. You know, and what other academies might have ahead of me would probably be the resources. You know, I mean, you look at teams in Pimville, they train go Shapa Soweto,
yes,
which used to be Nike Stadium.
Yeah.
You know, those are top-notch facilities.
Definitely.
So now we still struggle happy to buy football, you know, a soccer ball, you know, beeps, you know.
Yeah.
So it's that monetary edge, you know, that's really sets us apart, you know. Yeah.
But you know, when you mention these things, we know at the end of the day, and like you mentioned, you don't just play the role of head coach and chairman of the academy, right? You play other roles as well, where you take even further steps in outside of that space, and you are there for the kids in other ways. Like you mentioned, Wanole, you would sometimes take him to his appointments and stuff like that. But parents' involvement now, how involved are the parents in the academy and in all your dealings, I guess, for lack of a better word? Even the community, how supportive is the community, to the academy's goals and the things that you guys want to achieve? Because, it's about community, essentially, so let's talk parental involvement and community support.
Oh, yeah, the parents sometimes, they don't give 100% support, and I don't know whether it's a norm within the black community or what, or maybe get generalized as keys. But I don't know. We tend not to be fully supportive to our kids, and I was for example, I was part of a licensing committee, go for the league that we're playing. So I was a school licensing officer.
Okay.
So the challenges that the schools are faced with is parents are not involved as well. So imagine if parents are not involved, go academical bana ba bona,
what more
ka sports sako kasi, and but I'm not going to say not all parents but Tshepo Sports Academy are not involved.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
they are involved. However, I feel like they can do more. They can do more. They can come to matches. Support is not only rekela ngwana di soccer boots and then we say polo. It's just understanding hore there are other emotional support. How liteng utlomshebella hape ngwana gives it,
they are all absolutely
perform wa bona ke yo mwaka or ke yo mtata waka wabo, like. But the community as well. The community will come and watch us play, and they understand our outcries. We gather ourselves. Counselor, the ward counselor, promise whatever promising you and then never delivers. So, and apparently there are also departments te dilang ka tsona di challenges tse jwalo tsa sports and recreation go kasi, but ba re fail, to be honest, ba re fail.
They're also not playing their part.
They're not. So, but I'm not entirely I don't want to say like
disappointed.
I'm not entirely disappointment ka the parents but Sports Academy. They do show up. They do show up when we need them. But we need them to show up every day.
Yes. It shouldn't be a once-off thing.
Yeah, please.
It can't be just once in a while. Yeah. Because as parents, you need to be involved, man, in all of the spaces that Ngwana is taking part in, is occupying spaces and is involved in. Ngwana ha ro ya go Vooka breakfast show o ya go mang go na le mang go Vooka breakfast show, ngwana ha ro ya go Tshepo Sports Academy o ya go mang go tsagala eng, why ba ya ka matsatsi a so ba dlala go kae ba jima go kae, because anything can happen more life
bana ba ja eng a ba le di match skila bo
ngwana tsile ka 8 useng a ro ya polo
wa bona, and ya cost abo. So the way it cost ka teng is sharply because of Lena ki kentse jomosono ki
position ka
understand it's sharp to run a team is
not
quite expensive.
It's very expensive.
I can imagine. There's this guy, he was on a platform Nabua fela gore on average, a team nje when the season starts.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I remember correctly the figures, but he was like, on average, team need about 5 to 6 million.
Yeah, exactly.
For season, A1.
Yeah.
This is travel costs.
Yeah.
This is
accommodation,
food. Yeah.
You also need to make sure that you have your paramedics on hand for any injuries. It's a lot, man. Because I was also about to ask you, Hora, how do you even secure sponsors and partnerships? Yaka ore most of the time going to look really boima bona ba lo gore tshwantse make sure bana ba na ni dijo ha ba fitla go di tournamenting lo tse di yalo. So far, like, how do you find sponsors and partners?
I've went to local businesses and knocked on their doors, and some showed up, some didn't, but funny enough, I'll tell you, but my friend. But my friend, they support my friend.
Enough,
Surprisingly, but my friend, they would say, my friend, what do you need?
Yeah.
I say, I'm fit to. I need this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
So please help out.
Yeah.
And but my friend are always willing to help out.
Yeah.
And I can say by naming the cooperative, I'm shooting myself or what?
No, we don't need to name. We don't need to name and shame.
But yeah, there are other bigger cooperatives dealing around Mokasi, but they're not giving back.
Playing a role.
I mean, why? Why would they? Why? Because at the end of the day, Rona but Bakasi, we go and support these
big brands.
Yeah, and they're not playing their part. So I would say with the CSI
Hey, it's very tricky, man. It's very rough out here.
But another thing, how do I raise funds?
Yes.
Of fundraising. For instance, there was a time where I had 10 ladies, Bakukasi, they wanted to do their cardio workout, and I would actually go our park, and then we started gymming more every morning and afternoons. So they would pay like 200 rand, Nabali 10, so that's 2,000 rand. So that money I would put it back to help Barakis Koto Satlap. Just for
the piggy bank.
Yeah, for the team to actually have something, Yeah, so a soccer ball costs like 400 rand. One.
And we're talking about a proper one.
It's in Polonyana. The whole week. No.
Yeah. I see you, my brother. That's very fascinating. Someone said, who was it, Konje? It was Tay. When Tay was here a couple of months ago, was Tay the catalyst. He mentioned that we take for granted what Wabatswana and Luena. Community leaders, people who are playing quite a significant role in these kids' lives. And you guys are very, very important, Mokasi. Because Kilona, who occupy space or who take these kids up, guys, it's one more snacks. It's a Mokasi. When Wana is involved, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, a lot of things that could consume him. Because this is something that I mentioned actually on Saturday at the Vooka hike and gathering, was that because we lack so much mentorship, and this is something we came to actually, the sentiment that most, if not all of us, were sharing. We lack mentorship in and around our communities, and not just from our own fathers, brothers, and uncles and whatnot, but mentorship in a general and holistic perspective and manner, right? So, when you lack that kind of mentorship and direction, o tsena o batla go experiment ka ditsela tse di out. Akere ha o tsebe, you don't know, right? So you want to learn through manere ke bone man witsi anka sakaretise man ka wa one, or maybe anka tshela this ka this, or maybe anka ya da. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Experimenting.
We experiment in the not so greatest of things, or the not so greatest of ways, and we learn later in our lives.
Yeah.
You understand that? It was so funny actually, Mr. P. When Stephen was talking about his journey with lean, there was a younger boy in his early 20s who is saying he's struggling with that now because of lacking of mentorship and the things that he goes through in his life. He mentioned an entire story why he started experimenting and how he got into it. But it's that lack of mentorship, and it's people like you who play a significant role. Wana are o ya go kya go holong go jive or kya go holong gona le eng. It's taking you away and making you not experiment in those bad ways, So I appreciate that so much, my brother. So when we're talking about the challenges, because you just mentioned support is one, sponsorship and fundraising and things like that. What are the other ones that have stood out for you that you've come across, and how do you overcome those challenges, the biggest ones that you've come across?
Yeah, basically the biggest one was just fundraising.
Okay.
Yeah, gathering a sponsorship.
Sponsorships, yeah.
Sponsorship plays a major role in everything that we do. And then another thing will be lack of parental support, lack of the community support. The counselor. Our ward counselors. Ward counselors need to start playing their roles. We can't suffer when they are there to help us, and they have resources. They know how to allocate resources, but they're not playing their part. So we really need them to step up. Yeah.
I see you, my brother.
Sure.
I see you. Let's talk. Now, there are successes, there are challenges, and life will always do that to you.
Yeah.
But let's talk the long vision now for Tshepo Sports Academy, because I'm sure there are things that you want to achieve. There are things that you guys are looking forward to as an academy. Well, what is the next thing for Tshepo Sports Academy in the next 6 months, in the next year, 5 years from now? Talk to me.
It's to grow. It's to continue to grow.
Yes, sir.
The most important thing is to have our own facilities. Remember, I mentioned the difference between what sets us apart between
absolutely with other
top academies.
Yes, sir.
It's the facilities. And I also know personally that for me to get there has to be partnership. I can't really do this on my own.
No one man is an island. Yes, sir.
Even Prajay, meaning Ndadejo Muso, he also was able to gather people who were going to give him that edge. That the Kaiser.
Absolutely.
Those are legends of the game. They understand what I'm going through because they went through the very same things.
Absolutely.
The challenges that I'm going through are not new.
But they
have, yes.
Yeah.
Kibo had the mentor but you don't have to be close to them. Mentor.
Yeah.
We just Rabasheba, the movements we get to understand how they manage to manipulate the system.
Yes, sir.
And
maneuver.
Yes.
Yeah.
To maneuver the system so that they get where they are. So I
see that.
Tshepo Sports Academy, its vision is to grow, to own its own facilities. Tshepo Sports Academy is not only supposed to be about soccer. We have to grow in terms of our in different sporting codes. There has to be a basketball.
Hey.
There has to be a volleyball.
Come on.
There has to be a netball. You get?
Come on.
There has to be athletes. But all of that need what? Proper facilities.
Yeah.
You get?
Yes,
so
sir.
that's why Tshepo Sports Academy has to work hard for Tshepo Sports Academy to obtain all of these facilities.
You mentioned it, and quickly just before we let you go, I wanna go into this one.
Yeah.
Just for a second. Last week I was talking. Remember, Africa, when we were mentioning the differences between men and women.
Yes,
and,
in terms of, especially in the world of banyana, bafana, like that type of situation.
The NBA versus the WNBA.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, last night I was watching those the videos. I was consuming that content basically on YouTube, where professional players in the WNBA were going against middle school kids. This means grade 8, 9, 10, right?
Yeah,
And then
wow.
there was another one where they went head to head with matric, so grade 11, grade 12, just to see what the difference is and why is there such a disparity in payments, in support, in sponsorships, in viewership, things of that nature, right? And I said, look, guys, and this is something that was brought about from something that everybody mentioned, and I said, it's unfortunate, it is unfortunate, but there is a difference between men and women's sports.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
In firstly the ability of both men and women, and I made an example. Mamang Williams, Serena Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Serena Williams is arguably one of the best, if not the best, female tennis player in the world.
Yeah.
Currently, and she's had that position for sebaka.
Yeah.
Wang understand? Bobo banyana baba kena mo tennising aspire to play against her because she's that good.
You're Naomi Osaka.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then she says, Chief, I don't want to play against men. I'm not interested in playing against men because the power that men bring is too different.
Yeah.
The agility that men bring to the field is too different.
Yeah.
The serving of the ball, one understand. So what's your view on that, especially when it comes to payment? Because for the most part, and I make the example of WNBA, because why is it? What do you think sets the two apart? Women who play, or women in general, will advocate for women having to be paid the same as men. So what's your take on that? Just the difference between men and women's sports.
So firstly, there's no men and women sport.
Okay. There's just sports.
The sports.
Okay.
And both genders can participate.
Okay.
So now, the inequalities of not understanding where these people are the same. Okay, yes, maybe they don't bring in the same tempo.
Okay.
It's just the technicalities in that which are different.
Okay.
And of course, if we put in a man here and a woman here, who's gonna win? Who's gonna hit? Who has the powerful punch?
Yeah.
It's obviously the man.
Yeah.
Because of the masculinity and all that. But the world that we live in has always
favored men.
Patriarchy.
Yeah, it has always been discriminative to our sisters.
Yes.
And it's wrong.
So
wrong.
Do you think that men and women should get paid the same in sports?
Maybe according to their abilities, man.
But
let them be paid.
The being paid the same is based on ability.
Yeah.
Though, and Zinzi raised the question of
female chefs
versus male chefs, and that the unfortunate sad truth is that men are killing it in the kitchen. And it is innately, at the core of it, a female-associated trait, right? Or task, or however you want to describe it. But we've seen now where men are outskilling women, even in the kitchen, right? So based on ability, yes, fairness is a thing, I get it, but based on ability, I mean, the arguments that have come up is that, guys, the WNBA is not as exciting as the NBA. In fact, women aren't necessarily able to bring in that tempo, bring in that action of dunking, and they go, oh, you get what I'm trying to say? And Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq himself was like, you know what, to try and make it more exciting, how about turning the hoop so that females can be able to dunk and try to bring it to bring more excitement to the game, you know. So I was just very interested to find out whether you think the women should be paid more or less the same.
Let them get paid
the same.
Let them get paid. The problem here is sponsorship.
Okay,
you know.
But why is there no sponsorship
for women?
Yes,
it's because of the inequalities,
but
discrimination.
What, besides discrimination, you know, but why do you think there is an inequality and a discrimination? Because at the end of the day, let's say when I as someone and try not to be as biased, right? Because we to appreciate in sports.
Yeah.
But league, UEFA, for example.
Yeah.
Machita versus Yabo. Which one would you want to consume?
I get one.
Okay. Besides you, which one do you think brings more excitement?
It would be the male.
Which one do you think would pack more viewers from Kontlumba to Baba Shebang?
It's the male.
Which one do you think would pack people inside the stadium to fill out the stadiums?
It's the male.
But why is that though?
Because it was more marketed.
But besides marketing,
let's talk
about the game. Let's talk about the game in itself.
Oh, the game in itself.
Besides outside of the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying, and I did mention this the last time. This is not coming from a sexist or a misogynistic perspective, right? It's objective truth, like I mentioned earlier on. Unfortunately, men's sports or sports that are played by men offer more excitement than women's sports, and thus now you'll find that viewership is slightly higher. Sponsorship, you know, fundraising, marketing, business deals.
Yes.
One understand. Not for I appreciate our fellow sisters, but when a Michael Jordan is having a basketball chief, Abadi sign 100 versus their counterpart who is a WNBA player. So Michael Jordan, in fact, you know, dito matter. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But very interesting to find that out. So, is there any plan to expand, maybe, for the academy, to include more age groups, perhaps, and maybe reach other communities as well?
Yeah, Topical Sports Academy has from under 9, under 11, under 13, under 15, under 17, and under 20. So the plan to expand would be a fully ran women team. You know, let's get the girls. Let's get the girls playing. You know, let's get our girls out of the street as well. You know, environmenting is safe. You know, it's no longer safe here for any child. You know, whether ngwana wa mshimane or ngwana wa ngwanyana, it's no longer safe. So that's why it's important to ho be le Topical Sports Academy etlo supportiwang ke batswadi le community
to get the kids out of the street and into a safe haven.
Yeah, man.
And I heard you when I was see Afriperi, but you get Dark Perry. I'm talking about Dark Perry.
I keep getting nicknames. It's Afriperi, guys.
Sister,
don't start.
I heard you, Uri. You were hiding your chats during the previous conversations.
Yes.
Hore ha o batle nkgono wa hao le batho ba bang ba ko ntlong ba. Well, ke those things. Banyana tshwantse re ba monitor.
Yes.
Wa o sa batle go ba bone hore o phela jwang ko strateng. Wa o phela double life.
As a double life.
It's not a double life.
Advocate.
It's not a double life. It's about what I want them to see because it goes both ways. There's some guys also do the same thing.
Yeah.
So libo no bapila double life again.
Yeah.
No, but it's not even about that. It's because there's a certain part of my life that I prefer to preserve to my life. The same goes for my mom. There's certain things about her life that I don't know about. Until today, I can confidently tell you there are some certain parts of my mom's life I do not know about. So it's not about living a double life. There's some things that are just meant for me per se, and there's some things that are meant for everybody.
No, now I'll tell you, I don't think it's a double life for me.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, and this is something I told my friends, and Upasek actually was with us on Saturday, and he was advocating your brother doesn't know certain things. And for the most part, I don't involve myself in space in 30 days or anything of that sort, right? But strateng at the end of the day. I get for me it's not necessarily a double life, but it's a thing keep it life and for the most part, you'll never hear ko complain or but wa ko strateng coming to say musiki ngwana so ko strateng what the hell wetsa chief. What you don't know sometimes is bliss. Ignorance is bliss sometimes. And then I told him, should anything happen, God forbid, knock on wood, should anything happen, don't be scared to go home and say, we were out, we were doing 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm big and man enough to come back home and stand for those things and take accountability. So when I block you as my parent, so it's not necessarily I'm two different people when I'm at home versus when because at the core of it, dumela or dumeli, agree or you don't agree, you are different people to different individuals. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Even as a parent, you are different. You are a different parent to all your kids. They don't experience you or receive you in the same way. So the child that I am, is different to who I am. Is different to who I am to my colleagues, to my friends, or in my social settings or in my social groups. There's a thing of consuming alcohol, Mr. P, sometimes. But I don't want to consume alcohol in front of my family. It's a thing that I took upon myself. Not I'm a responsible adult and I know that I consume very responsibly so. But I just don't want you to know me in that light. Swara image of it's because I don't want to taint it. So I don't think necessarily it's a double life for me anyway. I don't think so.
Like the way you're saying it's
let's say we are poor, but you tell your parents who to pose. But you are posing.
Yes. It's not a double life. I don't think so.
Because if your parent knows who to oppose,
yes, that's the knowledge that they have.
But you respect them not to drink in front of them.
Yes.
The question is, if you tell them that you don't do it at all.
Yes, I don't. That's what I told you, though.
Hence, that's a double life.
It's not.
Because for me, it's the same as Mus. Like, for example, me at home, like, they know that I'll smoke. But I get to really mo pelabon. They know. Cool. And then for me, it's not even about living a double life. First, or like, the way I am, you see the personality that you guys see at work. It's the same personality you find at home. And as much as I may say, for example, like my mom knows there's days when I literally go out, I'm like, you know what, I'm rocking a short skirt. She knows. It's just that I don't want to sing on my status, but she knows what I get up to. It's not like she doesn't. She knows. But it's for me, it's all about, there's a difference between knowing and seeing. I'd rather have her know than actually see me do it. So hence she does not see the things that I post on my status. I get clean. I get
That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, man, it's an interesting. It's an interesting Yes, Mr. Tsepo.
Now let's bring it back.
Sure.
To the kids.
Sure.
Sure. Do you see why it's important to monitor them?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that
and have parents involved.
Yeah, and have parents involved.
Yes, sir.
About monitoring so that they don't live double lives.
Yes. I love it, Mr. Tshepo. Look, man, I don't want to keep you for too long, right?
Thank you,
and
sir.
I'm sure you have other responsibilities that you have to take care of. So, in closure, Nje, someone is quite interested in the things that you're mentioning and the conversation that we just had, and the person wants to get involved in whatever shape, form, or manner, wants to get in touch with you, wants to work with you, or just wants to support and be there. How do I get a hold of you? How do I get in touch with you? Social media, emails, phone numbers, and everything else in between. Talk to me.
So my email address is tsepo.mankwe @yahoo.com.
Oh, you use Yahoo. That's interesting.
Very interesting.
I still use that one. Hey.
Super interesting.
Old school.
I love that. Okay. Tsepo Mankwe at Yahoo.
Tsepo.mankwe is
at yahoo.com.
Okay.
And then Kiko IG as
sir.
well, Ki Tsepo Sports Academy.
Okay.
Or just direct go na Ki Tsepo Mankwe, go IG. Cell numbers?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, if you these days, who disclose our personal phone numbers, but talk to me.
Cell number 067
067
074
yes, sir.
074
9919.
One last time, please.
067 074 9919.
There we go. Facebook. Do I find? But I get it. You're gonna get your earlier on.
Locked.
Are you one of those? No, not your personal. Like that is the Tsepo Sports Academy page on Facebook.
I opened the page.
Okay.
It was a Buff Sports Show.
Okay.
But I usually now just post Tsepo Sports Academy content.
Okay. So if I do type in Tsepo Sports Academy on Facebook,
no, it's gonna be. You have to say Buff Sports Show.
Okay, Buff Sports Show.
Yeah,
okay.
BAPH Sports Show. Buff.
BAPH.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. Had I known earlier, I could have gone into why that name. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
A story for another day.
No. Don't go there. No.
I love it. Mr. Tshepo, thank you so much, my brother. We really appreciate you coming through, man, hanging out with us, spending some time with us, so that we can get to know who the man behind the academy is. You know, like you mentioned, Ochomoso, you play so many roles in the thing. But I love the fact that you also are open to partnership, right, and working together with other people and not wanting to hog all these positions for yourself, man. So we really appreciate it. And more life, more success, man, more fluidity to the academy, and hopefully we'll see more sporting codes in the academy offered to both males and females.
Sure.
Right. Very cool stuff. That was the conversation we were having with none other than Tsepo Mankwe, the chairman and the head coach of the Tsepo Sports Academy. Very exciting times that are coming for them, man. And I can't wait to see them grow bigger and better than what they are. The time right about now is 16 minutes after the hour, 10 o'clock on a Thursday morning. So what I want us to do, quickly go pay our bills, grab that glass of water, hydrate. Maybe you're not someone who appreciates this wind that we're experiencing on this lovely Thursday morning, and then you and I will see each other right after the break. Very cool stuff.
없어 언제까지 이렇게만 끌 건데 Don't think of me anymore Already said 100,000,000 times to you before I'm doing alright without you baby 너 없이 더 나 잘 살아 okay Took your number off my phone I'm doing better on my own 생각조차 안 나 좋았던 나도 Without you baby oh I feel brand new Took your number off my phone I'm doing better on my own I'm doing better, doing better, doing better on my own I'm doing better, doing better, doing better on my own I kinda wish I'd never let met you If I knew the things you would put me through, yeah 그냥 이 모든 게 싫어졌어 시간 낭비 같아 두름이야 What's the point, baby? Let it go, baby I know you call me only when you're feeling lonely 이젠 그 생각하지 마 보고 싶어도 손에 남지 마 이젠 우리 따윈 없으니까 다른 여자 품에 있고 날 기억하지 마 Don't think of me anymore Already said 100,000,000 times to you before Said it before, yeah I'm doing alright without you, baby 너 없이 더 나 잘 살아, okay Took your number off my phone I'm doing better on my own 생각조차 안 나 좋았던 나도 Without you, baby oh, I feel brand new Took your number off my phone I'm doing better on my own I'm doing alright without you, baby 너 없이 더 나 잘 살아, okay
Hanging out with you right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show with myself, the one and only MOOCEE. Mr. My name is Musi, Mr. And having such great conversations, man, all encompassing, compelling, and of course thought provoking, with a great and wonderful Tsepo Mango from Tsepo Sports Academy, based in Protea, Glen Extension 11. Very, very, very cool stuff. Talk to me. How did you find that conversation, Afriberry?
No, it was pretty insightful, hey, and
Yeah.
I like the fact that he's advocating for a whole lot of change when it comes to the kids, especially when it comes to them having accessibility, staying out of the streets, doing things that are good for their mental health and their well-being per se. It's pretty exciting, and I like the fact that he is fully encouraging and basically putting it out there that parents need to be part of their kids' life, be it whether it's their extramural activities or it's school. It's very important to actually participate in a kid's life, and man, I like that, man.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff, man. Very cool stuff. Like I said, individuals like him are very important in and around our communities. You know, people who actively play a role in the lives of these young boys and girls, man, trying to keep them away from dilonyana tse di tizinyana, you know, because like I said earlier on, we've become such a demoralized and desensitized society, and we take things for granted. But the things that these kids are exposed to, you know, they form part of who they are or who they become essentially as adults. You know, this is something that I was sharing on Saturday at the Vugandota hike and engagement and gathering that we had. The things that you go through as a young boy, as a young girl, ultimately or essentially form part or shape who you become as an adult. You know, so when it comes to things like the academy or the program, in our communities, they play a significant and very interesting and important role in my view anyway. And what they also do, the catalyst, he mentioned that as an individual, you need to turn yourself into someone of value. You need to turn yourself into someone who's quite attractive. Because once you've turned yourself into someone of value and attractiveness, people will gravitate towards you. Companies will want to have you. Different programs and spaces will want to consume you and say, because you're someone of value and you're someone who's quite attractive. But before we close off, and we say goodbye to you, because the time right about now is 24 minutes after the hour, 10 o'clock on a Thursday morning, the 18th of September. Why June? 18th of September 2025. I don't know why, because I hate June. So before we get to that, today is not necessarily movie reviews as such, but it's something that I found quite interesting when it comes to this closing scene, or the scene in Mr. B. What happened here? Oh, there we go. Wait, yes, there we go. In a movie that most of us are quite familiar with, if not all of us, I think it made headlines, man. I remember it was back in 2019. I only watched it in 2020 because I had to wait for it for but this is something a content creator on the socials had to say about this thing, and I'm sure Luena, but I don't think maybe you paid attention to it, and I saw it. It piqued my mind, when I saw this.
Let me see what you got.
But let me play it for you, and let's see what we have to say about that. Aibo.
MCU. We find out that even Jogging Steve is a monster because he kept lapping Sam Wilson repeatedly. There was no doubt in my kind of a race, but not really a race. Race between Steve and T'Challa is one of my favorite things from the MCU. We find out that even Jogging Steve is a monster because he kept lapping Sam Wilson repeatedly. There was no doubt in my mind Steve knew he was being annoying every time he said, "on your left." Now Steve can tell Sam Wilson on your left, but the one person he couldn't say that to was T'Challa, because in Captain America Civil War, he was not catching that man. When T'Challa was chasing Bucky, Steve was running behind T'Challa wondering, why is there a gap here? The confusion on Steve's face of, what the fuck is this about? It's hilarious to me that Steve had to abandon the foot race to jump in an Escalade and drive past T'Challa like, this motherfucker different. So when Infinity War rolls around and they're about to attack Thanos' forces, Steve is there running beside T'Challa like, no, I'm not gonna get embarrassed this time. When we first saw them, they were side by side. Then T'Challa broke away from the pack and we saw Steve hawk that man down. Yeah. Steve was running for his life, and it feels like a one-sided race. He just wanted to close that gap a little bit. He managed to. This time he was able to get it a little bit closer, but he did not beat T'Challa to that finish line. It's a small scene, but I love it so much because there's 2 times these dudes have been running against each other and Steve has not caught T'Challa in either of the cases. I really like seeing this because even though Steve has a super soldier serum, we see there's a bit of a struggle in him having to actually push himself to keep up with certain people, one of those being T'Challa. And in this scene, I like to think that Steve believes T'Challa isn't aware that he's trying to close the gap and actually pass him, but T'Challa is aware. He's like, no, I'm aware, I know. And keep in mind, Steve's super soldier serum came from science. T'Challa's, the heart-shaped herb, that's just natural juices and berries, baby. This makes me want to see a track meet with T'Challa and Steve doing all the events against each other. And I also love the moment because it's solidified as one we'll never get again, with Chadwick's passing and Chris Evans' time as Steve Rogers now being over. And I love that it's a moment these 2 actors shared together as well as these 2 characters.
Yeah, man. Very interesting. I found this so interesting. When I came across this.
And I actually never noticed, and funny enough, I've seen both movies, but I never fully paid attention to the fact that there's almost like a mini race happening within the mix.
Of course, the first one when it the Winter Soldier, where he actually has to jump into a car and chase him down.
Because he couldn't keep up. Y'all running barefoot. They're like, you're running on foot, the both of y'all, but this person is much more faster than you. Like, you know what? Let me just grab myself a ride. I'm gonna just follow that person right there.
Absolutely. So yeah, man, that's something that I thought would be interesting for our movie review
and obviously the
segment.
movie buffs.
Yeah, man. I'm very, very, very big when it comes to watching movies and stuff like that. But next week, I promise I'm going to bring you an interesting one. And you know, I always try to align it with our Thursday theme of spiritual alignment, where we try to align ourselves with the relevant and the correct spirit on a Thursday morning. The time right about now, 29 minutes after the hour, 10 o'clock, just a minute before it hits 10:30. Any last thoughts, Afriberry?
So my last thought for the day is stay true to yourself. Never change yourself for anybody in the world, because you are uniquely you, and nobody can ever be like you. Even if you got a twin, sweetie, you always manage to stand out. But for me, Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze, but to the darker the berry, the sweeter than tonto. Nimnandi mam yama mam floppy like the katakin put Maralako famana me. Where tai komakase, your song when I'm on it.
Hey, wait, no, one pull higher. Hey, you kill me.
I like doing that because you always giggle in the end. I'm like, okay, so I got him.
You kill me. You know, I'm very big on people celebrating their birthdays, right? And as it's my birth month, and like some people until it fell. Birthday month. It's
fine.
Month again.
It's your birthday month. You understand?
You show me it's my birthday month. I run some over to wait. I run some over to. Nahana gets a million when all of yo guys, it's actually my birthday month. But yeah, man, look, it's my birth month and it's the Virgo season. Very exciting stuff that are coming through. One of them being the TC called them celestial occurrences, no? The last time, Mr. B, do you remember? Is that how she referred to them? Got about the term that she used, man. But yeah, we're going to be
celestial, all things above.
Yes.
On the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to be going through quite a few of those. I actually have them here, but I'm losing it.
No, that doesn't. There's another moon thing that's happening on the 7th of October.
Yes.
So we're expecting another moon spiritual alignment happening there. So we are going to have a one moment and we're going to combine and just be one.
I had them here, but I'm losing them. But anyway, we're going to be going through some of that. And then the last thing that I have, this is something I forgot to mention earlier on when we were celebrating birthdays, right? There's a lovely lady who is celebrating her birthday today. 30-year-old
Roma
25-year-old
chief. Anyway, I got your moon things.
Did you get it?
So I get it. The 7th of September was a blood moon eclipse.
Yes.
So on the 7th of October, it'll be the first supreme moon of the year. And then on the 5th of November, it'll be the biggest and brightest moon of the year. And on the 5th of December, it'll be the last supermoon of the year.
Last supermoon.
Yeah, it's on the 5th of December.
Yeah. Very, very exciting times, man. Very, very, very exciting times. But there's a lovely lady who's celebrating her birthday today. I've known her since high school. Sexually. Just down the road. And Mamello Malepa is celebrating her birthday today. Her 30th birthday celebration. So, hey. 90s na mo life ngolo 90s tshwantse tshwanela rona ma 2000 mfethu wa understand.
I am proudly turning 30. No problem. I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm getting 30 this year now.
You're not ashamed of your age?
I'm not ashamed of it. I wear it proudly. I wear it proudly.
Okay, third floor. I see you. I see you.
Honey,
very cool
I got
stuff.
levels on me.
Very cool stuff, man. But Mamelo is celebrating her birthday today. And I hope that she has an amazing one that is filled with love, laughter, and joy, and all things great, man. She absolutely deserves it. And this is just to a great, successful year ahead that is filled with wealth and health and all things amazing. So what we didn't do is that to everyone who's celebrating their birthdays, who should be celebrating their birthdays today, we as the Vooka Breakfast Show would like to say Balele,
what's happening?
Pedicure, I'm feeling, guys. But what was happening? This thing was working a while ago. Okay. But I want this one.
No, just sing it, man. Both of
Yes, yeah, no. Happy birthday, Rona. Yes, but Lalamani. You know, Lalamani, guys. I'm gonna reach out to Lalamani and ask her, Lalamani, can we make use of your sound of Happy Birthday? I want that sound, bro. I wanna make use of it. But a huge, huge, huge happy birthday to you and yours and everyone else who's celebrating their birthdays. And from the Vooka Breakfast Show, the Vooka team and the Vooka Nation would love to wish you a happy and fruitful birthday. And yeah, man, from my side, the one and only MOOCEE Mist, I've been so happy and excited to have been in your presence and in your company. We've had a great morning of interaction and engaging with each other. One last thing that came through on our YouTube comment section, Ubuhle Mngqi came through earlier on saying, morning Vooka team and Vooka Nation, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile. Hashtag happy blessed Thursday to the team. Thank you so much, Buhle. And we appreciate all the engagement that has come through on this lovely Thursday morning. Same time, same place tomorrow morning, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network, where we try to have all-encompassing, compelling, and of course thought-provoking conversations that are aimed at having bold discussions with industry professionals, giving you the necessary and equipping you with the necessary information and knowledge to tackle life as it is in this day and age, and how you can keep on interacting with us, because the conversation does not end here. It needs not end here. It continues across all our social media platforms by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. It also still continues on our WhatsApp line by dialing the number 060-493-3226. So that's 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done so that you and I and Afriberry and Mr. B and the rest of the Vooka team and the Vooka Nation can keep on sharing our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. I can't wait to see you on a Friday morning where we talk all things Fashion Fridays. What's a relevant and great outfit to put on and rock for a Friday morning as you're headed out to work to tackle the day? Is it transitional? Can you work it into the night, Afriberry? Or do you have to go home, freshen up, and then change into like a night outfit type of thing?
I think now it's spring, so it's all about balancing the colors now.
Okay.
Balancing the colors, the prints is something that we gotta focus on. Cause yeah, I know. Besides me, myself, and I guess Kokosa mismatch.
That's funny. Was Kokosa some mismatch? Are you one of those people who wears different colored socks? I hate that so much.
Oh no, I passed that phrase, so I'm no longer in that one. But otherwise, I'm one of those people. Even my uncle gave up. He's like, you know what? One thing I know about my niece is that she will just wear for the fact of covering a body.
No, I can't.
Whether she has purple, green, orange, and red, she don't care as long as she's covered.
So, Lola, you're one of those people who would wear different color socks. Were you one of those people at some point?
Yeah, but that was primary, man.
Like irritating. I don't understand why. Why, as a functioning adult in society, are you wearing different color socks?
No,
but I'm saying yes, I'm attacking this lady here. I'm coming for all of you, guys. I'm coming for all of you. Why are you wearing mismatched socks, guys? Why?
I can.
How did class? Okay, whether you are like me, you prefer doing your laundry by hand, right? Or you use a laundry machine. Why can't you match them after they dry? I'm sorry, I can't. I'll never reconcile with that. But that's all the things that we're going to be discussing tomorrow on a Friday morning, evening. And of course, from time to time, we do touch base on artists who are doing great and amazing stuff in and around our communities. And actually, tomorrow is Notila's show out at Nikki's Jazz Bar in Newtown in the evening. I think the show starts at 6 or 7 or something like that. So possibly, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to make it out there. Mr. B will talk about it, we'll see. But with that being said, bright and early tomorrow, same time, same place, where we give you your daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by an energetic start to the day. Always spending some great quality time with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist. I've been so happy and excited to have been in both in your presence and in your company. Stay safe, stay warm, stay cautious on those roads, and then God willing, you and I will see each other very, 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 very cool stuff, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah. me down. No, you just gotta keep up, 'cause I ain't gonna slow down. No, everyone just wanna get to know ya. 이미 시작된 걸.
Said you needed space. Said you needed more time to think. So you went away. But you still would stay in my dream. Now you're back for more. Why you in my reality? My hair closed the door. Even though my heart just won't leave. That was then, can't go back. Hurts so bad, had to block out the memory. If we try again, start from scratch. You wanna pick up where we left off, but you've been gone away. You've been gone away so long. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away so long. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday. You still wear cologne the same, like it in the worst way. You've been gone away. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away. 50-11 days, 50-11 days, 50-11. I lost count of all of the weeks that you have your way. Wouldn't pick a fight when you'd leave. Now you're back for more. Did you find the healing you seek? Or did you realize that I'm everything that you need? That was then. Go back. Hurt so bad. Had to block out the memory. Yeah. Start from scratch. You wanna pick up where we left off, but you've been gone away. You've been gone away so long. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away so long. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday. You still wear cologne the same, love it in the worst way. You've been gone away. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday, your favorite position. Do we still have chemistry? Yeah. Since you've been gone away so long. I should've known better, deja vu. I should've known better that I'd lose. I should've known better. Tell me that this wasn't all for nothing. I should've known better than I did. I should've known better. Love's love, man. I should've known better than to give my all. It never works out for me. 여긴 노을진 길을 따라 설레는 마음 가득 안고서 아무런 생각도 하지 말고 저 깊은 곳으로 뛰어들어 볼까 아주 잠시 눈을 감고 하나 둘 숨을 머금고 붉게 물든 일거리를 짓는 맘 가는 대로 훌쩍 다른 바이브 조금씩 다가오는 밤을 따라 맘 가는 대로 Let's ride 발길 닿는 대로 try 여기라는 바이브 끝없는 이 밤 위로 fly high 아무 걱정 말고 let's dive 이 밤을 향해 ride and vibe Come on 둘만 아는 곳으로 너와 나의 paradise 높여 계속 가야 해 이 설레임이 사라지기 전에 저 멀리 떠나볼까 발끝이 닿는 곳으로 오직 둘만의 비밀인 거야 아무런 고민도 하지 말고 저 바닷속으로 뛰어들어 보자 아주 잠시 눈을 감고 하나 둘 입을 맞추고